Okay, let us start. Very good morning, all. Guys, if some of you did not remember got membership, right? By membership, you won't be able to chat there, right? நீங்கள் மெம்பர்ஷிப்பில் தான் இருக்கீங்க. இப்போ நீங்கள் எதாவது டைப் பண்ணணும்னு ட்ரை பண்ணிங்கன்னா உங்களால் பண்ண முடியாது. இன்னும் யாருக்கெல்லாம் மெம்பர்ஷிப் வாங்கலையோ அவங்களுக்கு மட்டும் லிங்க் மட்டும் ப்ரொவைட் பண்ணியிருக்கேன். கொஞ்சம் சீக்கிரம் வாங்கிக்கோங்க, ரைட்? தென் ஒன்லி அது செக்யூர் ஆகும், ரைட்? ஃபைன். ஸோ யூ கேனாட் சேட். அப்படி பண்ண முடியலன்னா ஜஸ்ட் லீவ் இட். இஃப் யூ ஹேவ் எனி டவுட்ஸ் ஜஸ்ட் போஸ்ட் இட் இன் தி குரூப். I will watch there, no problem, right? Fine. See what we saw in the last class. Just we are discussing about differential equation, and we saw the application of differential equation, right, in this universe. I told you, right, we have seen many things, and in the mathematics point of view, how mathematically we are deriving the equations, right? That things also we saw. Yesterday we saw the solutions for lower order differential equation. For higher order differential equation, we had been discussed about what do you mean by higher order differential equation and what we are doing in higher order differential equation. Actually, what we are trying to find in higher order differential equation, we are trying to calculate only two zones. One is a transient zone of a particular system as well as steady state of a particular system. That is what we are trying to calculate. That is achieved with the help of higher order differential equation in the mathematics point of view, right? Fine. Next, yesterday I had given the conclusions. What are the conclusions we saw? Complementary function அப்படின்னா அதுக்கு எப்படி எல்லாம் ரூட்ஸ் எழுதணும் அப்படிங்கிறது just I had given the general procedure without seeing any examples, right? Again we saw particular integration, which are all the models are there. In particular integration, the type of the signals that I am going to give, and we are going to consider, right? என்னென்ன சிக்னல்ஸ்லாம் நம்ம கொடுக்க போறோம், அதை வச்சு நம்ம எப்படி அப்ளை பண்ணணும் ப்ரொசீஜர்ஸ்லாம், right? Just we saw, that's all, and I did not took any examples, right? Fine. Now similarly there is one more method, right? Apart from the yesterday we saw the solutions for higher order differential equation, right? And apart from that there is one more method that is called Cauchy-Euler equation, right? So that is also solution for higher order differential equation only, but that person is slightly different from other people. That person is slightly different from other people. How that person is slightly different from other people, right? So in order to demonstrate all those things clearly, first let me take higher order differential equations, because yesterday just I had given the procedure without seeing any examples, right? Now we have to see some of the examples in order to get the very clear idea about the complementary function under particular integration. Then we will take Cauchy-Euler function. Then we will see how we are going to use Cauchy-Euler function and for which type of function, that is which are the things that we are going to consider. அதுக்கப்புறம் நம்ம என்ன பார்க்க போறோம் அப்படின்னா, what is the difference between linear differential equation and non-linear differential equation? It's really quite interesting, right? In order to understand ஒரு சிஸ்டமை பார்த்த உடனே எப்படி வந்து how to guess whether the given it is linear or non-linear. You know that this type of questions are not worth for even 1 mark, but in the examination you all will be tested for 2 mark, right? We will see how your questions are being framed in that zone. That is the last topic of your differential equation, right? Okay, let's start. Let us look at the examples for our differential equations that we saw in our earlier class, right? Fine. Just we are in higher order differential equation, right? Yes. For an example, a system is given like this, right? Please wait a minute. Let me define the border. Yeah, that's required for me. I think this is perfect. Yeah, let's go back. Shall I push? Yeah, that's correct. Okay. Let me put. Fine. Let's start now. Let me take some of the example. The thing is example number 1, right? Let us consider d square y by dx square. Some example I am considering, okay? 6 times of dy by dt, right? Just I am considering like this, plus, see, let me do one thing. I will consider 5 times of dy by dt, y is equal to 0, right? Now just observe this function, what type of equation it is, right? On the right hand side, do you have any signal? Do you have any functions? No. right? Yesterday when I was talking about the complementary function and particular integration, if you are given equation, right, நம்ம particular integration பத்தி பேசிட்டு இருக்கும்போது ஒவ்வொரு ஸ்டெப்ஸ்லயுமே நம்ம என்ன எழுதிருப்போம் அப்படின்னா, I am looking for the solution of particular integration. In that particular integration, on the right hand side in the numerator we have to consider RHS in the sense right half of the S plane, that is right side of the signal, right hand side நீங்க என்ன signal கொடுக்குறீங்களோ அந்த numerator நம்ம substitute பண்ணோம், right? That is right hand side signal. See that, did I apply any signal here? No, since I did not apply any signal here. So what is the conclusion here? If you don't apply any signal, then the particular integration for that signal will going to be 0. You will have only what? Transient effect, or you can see we are going to look at the solution only for complementary functions, right? So in this case at all, in the right side I did not consider any signal, so the particular integration for this function is going to be 0. We are going to calculate only complementary function, first thing, right? Now let us see, in order to complementary function அப்படிங்கறப்ப yesterday we saw only two type of roots are there, either it will be distinct root or it might be what? Repeated roots, that's all. Under distinct we have three category: real, imaginary, complex. Again repeated we have real, imaginary, complex. We don't need to be panic because we know how to represent them, right? So simply first try to figure out the, it's like our control system characteristic roots, right? அங்க நீங்க என்ன procedure யூஸ் பண்ணீங்களோ you can apply the same procedure. Do you know you can also solve this type of equations with the help of Laplace transformation, because what we have done in Laplace we saw how to bring the solution for what I can say differential equations. That's what we are doing now. We are taking the mathematical system can be represented, right, in terms of equation, that is with the help of differential equation, and then by applying Laplace transformation we are trying to bring out the answer. But you know one thing, when I was going up with the Laplace transformation in control system, I was assuming that my given system is linear and time invariant at all points. But now here we are going to consider linear systems, non-linear systems, and we are going to see the solutions for all type of models of the systems, right? So in order to, in the method la poning appadina, you can bring the solutions for all type of equations without any what I can say issues, right? Okay, let us try to bring out the answer, right? Wait a minute. How to solve this equation? See, நீங்க லாப்லாஸ்ல எப்படி ப்ரொசீஜர் அப்ளை பண்ணீங்களோ அதே மாதிரி தான் இங்க நீங்க என்ன பண்ணா, we have to bring the characteristic equation. Simply guys listen, அப்ப நீங்க என்ன பண்ணணும் அப்படினா, for this type of equations let me replace sorry, this is x, okay, d by dx you can replace it by, for our simplicity, replace it by capital D. First நீங்க one thing you have to clearly understand, in this given equation which is the dependent variable and which is the independent variable, that thing we have to understand. The thing is, listen, இப்போ நீங்க இத carefully observe பண்ணீங்கன்னா, see there, first term had been written as d square y upon dx square. Do you all agree with me? Exactly. Second equation can be written as dy by dx. Yes. Third equation can be written as 6 times of y. Now throughout this equation we are doing the differentiation. Y is being differentiated with respect to x. It means this y is called dependent variable. Its values are depending on the value of x. So here y is called dependent variable, x is called independent variable, right? So just I am controlling your parameter of y with the help of x. Clear? That is the difference between dependent variable and independent variable, right? Now just I am naming, I am just collecting all independent terms outside. D by dx can be replaced by caps T, right? Because he is the hero here, he is going to control the system function. Depending variable will going to be controlled by this d, right? This d by dx. Similarly, when we have d square upon dx square, that term can be simply written as d square next to hero in our system. Similarly, if I have d power 3 upon dx cube, then that can be written as d power 3. Similarly, if I am going up to nth term, then d power n upon dx power n can be simply replaced by d power n. Clear? So that is the procedure, that is the method that we are going to use. Actually that is not method, right? This is independent variable, it is not varying with respect to anyone. So just I am replacing it by a constant, some derivative term or some characteristic equation or some order of the system. Clear? Fine. Shall we replace it? Yes. Just to take this equation, apply the things that I had given you. D square y by dx square, right? This d square y by dx square will be replaced by d square into what we have, y plus second term. D by dx will be replaced by d, such that it will become 5 dy plus third term. I don't have anything there, directly we can write 6y equal to 0. Now from this you can take the variable element outside, such that your characteristic equation of the system will become d square plus 5 times of d plus 6, right, equal to 0. From this is called the characteristic equation of the system. Just to take it out. Characteristic equation will become d square plus 5 times of d plus 6 equal to 0. Can you break these roots? Can you break these roots? I am just asking you, right? How will you break this one? Let us see. Product will be 6, addition will be 5. So I can write 2 into 3 will be 6, 2 plus 3 will give you 5. Such that answer for this function, it can be further written as d plus 2, right? This function can be broken as d plus 2 into d plus 3 will be equal to 0. See there, from this I can write d equal to minus 2, comma d equal to minus 3. Can we write like this? Exactly, right? So d equal to minus 2, d equal to minus 3. Now what will be the answer for this function? Answer can be written as the complementary function, or I can say, listen, solution for this equation can be written as y of x. Can we write like this? Since y is an independent variable, x is depending on the value of x. Sorry, y is depending on the value of x is an independent variable. X is not depending on anyone, but y is depending on the value of x, right? So this can be written as y of x should be equal to, actually for this system, we have two type of solution. One is called complementary function and another one is called particular integration. Since for our given system, particular integration is going to be 0 because on the RHS we don't have any signal. We will have only complementary function. So the solution for this one, complementary function, if we have distinct roots on the distinct yesterday we saw, right? Let me write model number 1. What we saw? Lambda 1, lambda 2. Rendu roots on the distinct adukana solution eppadi eludringa? A into e power lambda 1 x plus b into e power lambda 2 x. Is it correct? Just revise your notes, right? So from this I can write idu apprade eludadida, that is a into e power, instead of having lambda 1 I have the value that is minus 2x plus b into, instead of having lambda 2 I have minus 3, so solution is going to be minus 3x, particular integration is going to be 0, right? That's all. So the solution for this question is y of x equal to a into e power minus 2x plus b into e power minus 3x. That is the correct answer for our given function. I hope things are very clear to you all. Clear? In the same way, let us take some other examples, right? So let me rub this one, right? Let me rub this one. Let us take some other examples. Yeah. Okay, how to avoid using red marker and green marker, right? See there. Sorry guys. Hereafter I won't use these two markers. Yeah. Fine. Let's take some other example. Second case. Again, let us consider d square y upon dx square plus, let me consider 6 into dy upon dx plus, let us consider 9y equal to 0, right? Let us see the solution for this function. Once again, what we know, d square upon dx square can be replaced by d square, exactly, and then d upon dx can be replaced by d. Yes, apply it such that it will become d square y plus 6 times of d into y plus 9 into y equal to 0. Such that here if you take y outside, it will become d square plus 6 times of d plus 9 into y equal to 0. From this, the characteristic equation of the system can be written as d square plus 6 times of d plus 9 equal to 0. Can you break the roots? I think we can break it directly. How? Let's see. 3 into 3 will give you 9. Yes. 3 plus 3 will give you 6. Exactly. So this characteristic equation can be rewritten as d plus 3 into d plus 3 equal to 0. If you notice these things carefully, we are getting two repeated roots. D is equal to minus 3 as well as d is equal to minus 3. We saw if lambda 1 and lambda 2 are equal to lambda, then the solution for that equation, right, that is the complementary function, can be written as a into e power lambda 1 x, that is x power 0 into a into e power lambda 1 x plus x power 1 into b into e power lambda 2 x. Do you all agree with me? Yes. From that, solution for our function is going to be a into e power lambda 1 equal to what? Minus 3. So minus 3x, right? Plus x into b into e power lambda 2 also minus 3, because we are facing repeated roots now. Yes. So the correct solution for this function is a plus b into x, right, into e power minus 3x. Now tell me, that is going to be y of x. Exactly, that is correct. Guys, the conclusion is, do you have particular integration for this? No. Why? Because on the RHS I have 0 term. If RHS is 0, then particular integration will be what? Particular integration is I have to consider RHS in the numerator, but it clearly denotes we are not going to get the solution here. So we will have only what? Complementary function, and we got the solution for our complementary function. I hope things are very clear to you all. Clear? Let's consider, let us try and bring the answer for some other type of equations. Yeah, let me rub this one. Slowly try and understand these things, right? Just we have to understand. Very easy, very easy. Max, right, is always very, very easy, because here it is, no point is called analysis. Just we have to derive, read the question, apply the method, bring the answer. Over. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Let me solve the next one. Let's take, what shall we consider? Let us consider d square y upon dt square. Third example, right? And let me consider directly, what shall we consider? Y equal to 0. Yeah, a equation is given like this. Now let's try and bring the find out the solution for this function, right? Since this is a differential equation, let's go ahead with the find out the complementary function under particular integration. See there, it has to be written as y of t. Why? Because here my dependent variable is y, independent variable is t, right? Dependent variable is y, independent variable is t, such that this function will going to provide two type of solution. One is particular integration, another one is complementary function. Since on the RHS I am not considering any signal, if RHS is 0, then what happens? Automatically particular integration also going to be 0. So you will have only complementary function for the given system. Okay, let's try and find the complementary function. Complementary function I think is, we know d square. Now in this case, right, d square means d upon dt square, that is d square upon dt square. Similarly, d means d upon dt. Why? Here my independent variable is t, not x. Okay, yes. Let's try and find out the answer. Anyway, for the given function, it can be written as d square y plus y equal to 0. From this you can write d square plus 1 into y equal to 0. Yeah. So d square, so from this what is the characteristic equation? D square plus 1 equal to 0. From this I can say d square equal to minus 1. From this I can say d is equal to plus or minus root of minus 1. What is the answer? It is, that is root of minus 1 can be written as j. So I am getting purely imaginary roots. If you are getting purely imaginary root, then what will be the solution? Then the solution for that function. Anyway, let me write the equation. First thing is, given it is what? Complex roots, right? But it is, anyway it is distinct. I have plus j minus j. Two roots are there. First let me write like this. d1 equal to plus j, and we can consider d2 is equal to minus j. So we have two roots here. We are getting two roots, but they are distinct only, right? There is no issues. Our roots are distinct to each other, right? So if you have distinct imaginary roots, then what will be the solution for that, right? Yesterday we saw how to write the solution for this type of function, right? So let me try and write down the answer. Y of t is equal to, right? Now for our complex roots, it can be written as e power alpha t. In bracket we have to consider a into cos beta t plus b into sin beta t. Okay, similarly, if I have one more root, then let us consider alpha 1 beta 1 beta 1. We have to consider alpha 2 t, right? So alpha 2 t, again a into cos beta 2 times of t plus b into sin beta 2 times of t. Is there any mistake? No. Now let us try and bring the answer. The thing is here what I have to write, the e power alpha, if we consider I have two imaginary roots. So in the imaginary root 1 real part is 0, in the imaginary 2, that is imaginary in the sense real part is 0 only, such that e power 0 will become 1. So we have only these roots, right? What will be the answer here? A into, guys listen, here we have to consider the coefficient of j. Anyway here the coefficient of j is plus 1. Here the coefficient of j is minus 1. Such that in the first case we have to write like this, a into cos t plus b into sin t. We can write like this. See, consider some other variable here, sorry. Similarly, plus again minus 1 consider பண்ணனும், கரெக்ட்டா? beta க்கு பதிலா minus 1 போட்டீங்க அப்படினா a into cos of minus theta will become c into cos of minus theta will become c into cos theta only, right? Similarly இங்க வந்து b க்கு பதிலா minus 1 போட்டீங்கன்னா it will become minus d into cos t. Clear? Exactly, because sin of minus theta equal to minus sin theta, right? You all have to agree with me. That is how we are writing the solution for imaginary people. Similarly, when we are looking for some other type of people, let us consider, let me rub this one, right? So let us take some other example, right? Let us take some other example and let's try and bring the answer for those people also, right? Yeah, let me rub this one. Okay, let us take some other example, right? Other example in the sense what I have to consider. Similarly, we have to consider repeated roots, right? If you find any repeated roots, then how will you write the solution? If you find any repeated roots in the sense complex roots, complex and repeated, we have to obtain same solution. For an example, I'm writing the answer directly because taking the fourth order equation is tedious for us. Let us consider I have 2 plus or minus j, but it is repeated twice, right? Lambda 1, for lambda 2 also I'm getting 2 plus or minus j only. If you don't find any repeated roots like this, then how will you write the solution for that one, right? So if you find any repeated roots, then the solution for that equation can be written as, I hope you all remember, I only written like this, right? The solution it can be written as, real part of the function can be considered as e power alpha x, whereas in the bracket we have to consider a plus x times of c, I think, right? I think c into cos beta t. For repeated roots we have to write the solution like this. Similarly, we have to write b plus x times of d into sin beta t. We have to write sin beta t. We have to write the solution like this. Okay, see, some of you might be wondering, sir, in the equation எப்படி வந்துச்சோ, right? Actually இது என்ன அப்படின்னா ஒரு கவனிங்க, ஒரு distinct root real part மட்டும் தான் நம்ம எப்படி எழுதுவோம். Let me prove it. For an example, right? So anyway, here நீங்க direct அப்படியே value substitute பண்ணிக்கலாம். For alpha we are going to substitute 2. For beta we are going to consider j. We are going to consider j. So directly we can consider jj here, such that you will get the answer, right? So let us see, whenever we are getting the complex roots, right, the solution for that roots can be written as, for an example, I am getting alpha 1 is equal to 1 plus j times of 2, right? And I am getting one more root, right? So let us consider, okay, actually in complex domain always we are getting the roots as pair. உங்களுக்கு காம்ப்ளெக்ஸ்ல வந்து ஒரு ரூட் மட்டும் தனியா வராது, எப்பவுமே ரூட்ஸ் வந்து பேரா தான் கிடைக்கும், ரைட்? நீங்க சால்வ் பண்ணீங்கன்னா தெரியும். In second order equation also we can bring that one. For an example, I am taking a complex root like this, that is 1 plus or minus j times of 2, right? So இப்போ இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ரூட்ஸ் வந்திருக்கு அப்படினா, see there, இத நீங்க actually எப்படி எழுதுவீங்க? Lambda 1 can be written as 1 plus j times of root 2, that is example that I am proving it, right? Similarly, lambda 2 can be written as 1 minus j times of 2. இப்போ இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ரெண்டு ரூட்ஸ் வருது அப்படினா நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுவோம்? see, ரியல் ரூட்ஸ்க்கு நம்ம என்ன ப்ரொசீஜர் எழுதுவோம்? ரியல் ரூட்ஸ் அப்படினா a into e power lambda 1 into x plus b into e power lambda 2 into x. இது நீங்க இங்க எப்படி எழுதுறீங்களோ அதே மாதிரி தான் என்ன வரும்? see, இதே ரியலுக்கு நம்ம எப்படி எழுதுறோமோ அதே மாதிரி தான் காம்ப்ளெக்ஸ்க்கும். இதில் நீங்க அப்படியே சப்ஸ்டிட் பண்ணீங்க அப்படினா e dot e power lambda 1 is what? we got 1 plus j times of 2 into x plus b into e power lambda 2 is what? we got 1 plus j times of, see, this is I took 1 plus, here I have to consider 1 minus, second root is 1 minus j2 times of x. Okay, such that your answer is going to be what? You can write like this. Okay, let me rub this one, then I will write the solution again, right? Yeah, so the conclusion is, it can be written as a into e power 1 plus j2 x, right? இது நம்ம எப்படி எழுதலாம்? It can be written as e power x dot e power j2. Is there any mistake? No. Similarly, for b dot, it can be written as e power 1 dot e power minus j2, right, into x. That is 1 into x means x only, right? Such that from this, see, you can take a into e power x common வெளில எடுத்துக்கலாமா? See there, it is common for both of these people. So e power x, you can take it out. In bracket, it is going to be a into e power j theta can be written as, that is e power j2x. It can be written as cos 2x plus j into sin 2x. Is there any mistake? No. Similarly, the second term, this term can be written as b into e power minus j2 theta can be written as cos 2 theta minus j sin 2 theta. Exactly, that is also true. Now let me club them together. It can be written as e power x into, if you open up the bracket, it is going to be a into cos 2x exactly plus j times of a into sin 2x. Okay. Similarly, plus b into cos 2x minus j times of b into sin 2x. Just I am proving how we are writing the complex roots, right? Because if you forget, then you can bring the answer directly in the examination. That's why I am writing the solution for that function. So it can be further written as, right? So it can be written as e power x dot, see, we can club them together. It can be written as a plus b into cos 2x. Yes, and we can club them together such that it is become aj minus b times of j, sorry, plus here, right, into sin 2x. Okay, now I am just introducing e power x, okay, that is correct. And here a plus b, for that I am considering a constant k1 into cos 2x plus a minus, that is aj minus bj can be replaced by k2 into sin 2x. Okay, so see there, now just to look at this one, what I have done here, now let me generalize. Actually, I took a complex root that is always plus or minus j times of beta, right? If you consider the complex roots, for example, right, lambda 1, lambda 1 comma lambda 2, right? This is the complex roots. If you have the complex roots, then its correspondent solution, I took two roots, right? For the two roots, we are getting this solution, right? So that is, it can be written as e power, let me generalize. Number enna eduthom, for alpha I took 1, for beta I took 2, such that 1 plus or minus j2 can be written like this. So the solution enna varum, e power for alpha, inga 1 irundadilla, 1 க்கு பதிலா let me generalize, alpha போடுறேன், I am getting alpha x, right? k1, for k1 only I was considering a, நான் இந்த இடத்துல a b ன்னு போட்டதால அந்த இடத்துல இன்னொரு நியூ parameter இங்க introduce பண்ணிருக்கேன், but generally I was writing it as a and b only, right? So you can write anyway, that's your wish. A into cos 2x plus k2 into sin 2x. Okay, that is the solution for the given function when we have complex pair of roots, right? I think last case we got only one pair, right? I wrote the answer for two pair, right? Okay, fine. Guys, listen, that is the solution for this question, right? Oh, okay, let me rub this one. Wait a minute. Please take the last question. I think I wrote the answer for two roots. Small correction. Please correct it. Guys, last question I'm going to do d square plus 1 equal to 0, right? So d square equal to minus 1. We got d is equal to plus or minus j. See, we got only one complex pair. Its correspondent solution is only what? E power alpha. Real part is 0 such that there is going to be 1 into, here we can write cos, beta value is 1. That's all. 1 into, what I can say, t எழுதணுமா, cos t plus b into sin t. That's all. Please rub that c into cos t, that is 2 pair தனித்தனியா வரணும், like plus or minus j, இன்னொன்று plus or minus 2j வந்திருந்தா தான், that is the correct solution. I just took two separate pairs, that is wrong. Please correct it. Y of t is equal to, this is the correct solution for that. Okay, see, take the last one. We got only one pair na, I mindla na rendu pair nache answer எழுதிட்டேன், right? So please and the second terms மட்டும் remove பண்ணுங்க. If you have only one pair, this is the solution. Just now I had been proved it, right? Yes. Okay, fine. Now let us take some other example with the input signals, right? Input signal in the sense, till now whichever the things that we saw, we have been considered without signal, without input signal, right? So let us consider all these things with the input, right? Let us try and bring the answer. Let us take the example number 4. d square y upon dt square plus 11 times of dy upon dt plus 18 times of y equal to, let us consider 10 into e power 2t. That is the given equation. Now we have to find the solution for this function. Let's try and bring the answer for this question. For this, see, let me see, first of all, here which is the independent variable, which is the dependent variable? Since y is the dependent variable, exactly, and t is the independent variable, yes. So the conclusion is, solution for this function can be written as, see, t is the independent variable, whereas y is depending on the value of t. It can be written as y of t is equal to, anyway, this function has two solutions. One is complementary function and another one is particular integration. Can you all try to bring the answer for this one? Yes. Please, the thing is, complementary function for this function is, sorry, for the given equation is, complementary function enna பண்ணுவீங்க? Complementary function in the sense we know how to do. Let me take, right? First of all, tell me whether the particular integration will exist or not. Definitely will exist. Why? Because on the RHS I have certain value. Right hand side some values irukku, right? Okay. Let's try and bring the answer for complementary function. In order to find the answer for complementary function, I have to find out the characteristic equation of the system first. Adukku neenga enna pannum, just only consider the left hand side, right? Don't consider the signals. While finding the complementary function, we should take homogeneous equation. We have to assume that the applied signal is 0. Just we are analyzing the property of the, that is a transient part of the system, right? So the complementary function in the sense we should take only what? Characteristic equation of the system. Characteristic equation adula yaarunga varuva? Shall we write the answer directly? D square into y plus 11 times of d into y plus 18 times of y equal to 0. That is the complementary function, right? We have to consider only homogeneous, that is without any signal. From this, the characteristic equation of the system is d square plus 11 times of d plus 18 into y is equal to 0, such that my characteristic equation will become d square plus 11 times of d plus 18 equal to 0. Can you tell me, can you break these roots? Yes. How? The thing is, if I will consider 9 into 2, it will become 18, right? Whereas 9 plus 2 will give you 11. So these roots can be written as d plus 9 into d plus 2, right, equal to 0, right? Anyway, into y equal to 0, right? So into y equal to 0. From this, I have distinct roots. What is the solution? Distinct root in the sense, first let us complete. Complementary function can be written as a into e power lambda 1x distinct two eigenvalues b into e power lambda 2x, whereas lambda 1 value is what? D plus 9, d plus 2 in the sense d is equal to minus 9, d equal to minus 2, such that it can be written as minus 9x, x or t, for us that is t, right? For us it is t. See there, here our independent variable is t. So for us that is t only, such that it can be written as b into e power minus 2 times of t. Clear? That is the complementary function for our case. Okay, I hope things are clear to you all, right? Next, we have to find out the particular integration. Now, when we are trying to find the answer for particular integration, let me rub this one. நான் என்ன சொல்லியிருந்தேன், particular integration நீங்கள் find பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னா what is the procedure? Just observe me, right? If you want to find out the particular integration, we have to consider RHS. In the denominator, consider the characteristic equation, that is the function of d. Right now, right, just now we have find out the characteristic equation of the function. Characteristic equation on the d square plus 11 times of d plus 18. Just from the LHS, you have to find out the characteristic equation. You have to keep it in the denominator. That's all. RHS la enna irukku 10 into e power 2t, whereas in the denominator we have to consider the characteristic equation of the function, that is d square plus 11 times of d plus 18. Clear? That is going to be the particular integration. I hope you all have remember, I told you, if your RHS right hand side la irukka function வந்து e power a times of x என்ற ஃபார்மட்ல இருந்தது அப்படினா denominator la irukka d will be directly replaced by a. That is the solution, right? Similarly, right, எங்கெங்கெல்லாம் d இருக்கோ அதுக்கு பதிலா நீங்க என்ன பண்ணிக்கலாம், a வால அப்படியே replace பண்ணிக்கலாம் டைரக்டா, right? All d's. It means, see, can I write like this, 10 into e power 2t, whereas the value of d is equal to what? Here d is equal to 2. எல்லா d நீங்க சப்ஸ்டிட்யூட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். இங்க d ஸ்கொயர் இருக்கா, right? d will be replaced by 2 such that it will become d square plus 11 times of d will be replaced by 2 plus 18. So the solution for this function is going to be 10 into e power 2t upon 2 square will become 4. 4 plus 18, 22. Already we have one more 22. So 22 plus 22 will become 44. If you want to cancel it, 5 times of 2 will be 10, 11 times of 2 will be 22, such that the correct answer for the function is 5 upon 11 into e power 2t. That is the particular integration. So the net solution for the function, complementary function is over, particular integration also over. Particular integration is 5 by 11 up into e power 2t. After knowing the solution, complementary function, particular integration, we can write the total solution, right? So let me write the complete solution. Anyway, in your examination, you won't be tested for the total equation. You will be tested either for complementary function or particular integration. In 2 more questions, this type of chilly questions will be tested. Small questions are rendume keppanga, right? Yes. Let's try and write the answer. Complementary function can be written as a into e power minus 90 plus b into e power minus 2t plus particular integration 5 upon 11 into e power 2t. This is the complete solution for the given function y of t. Clear? I hope things are clear to you all. Slowly we will grab all those things, then you will get the very clear idea. Let us try and bring the answer with some other examples, right? So let me rub this one. Let me take one more example. Right? Yeah, let's see what happened. See, what shall we consider now? Let me consider the second example is d square y upon dt square minus 4 into y. Let us consider minus 4 into y is equal to e power 10 into e power 2t. Let us take same signal. Okay, now let us try and bring the answer for this function. If you want to know the solution for this function, right, is it going good? If you have any problem, please just to make a WhatsApp call. Okay, fine. Let's continue. D square y by dt square can be written as d square minus 4, yeah, d square y minus 4y equal to equal to 0. Clear? I'm just looking for the solution of complementary function. Guys, listen. For this given function, on the RHS side also we have non-equal, that is non-zero values. It means particular integration also will exist. For the given function, the total solution can be written as complementary function plus particular integration. Now we have to find out the value of complementary function plus particular integration. Let's try and find the complementary function first. D square minus 4 into y equal to 0, such that complementary function for this function, see, in order to find out that one, find out the roots. D square minus 4 equal to 0 in the sense d square equal to 4. Let's write d square equal to 4, or we can say d is equal to plus or minus 2. Yes, we got 2 distinct roots, right? So the answer solution for this function, right, complementary function can be written as, once again, the solution is a into e power lambda 1 x plus b into e power lambda 2 into x. Answer for this function is a into e power lambda 1 is 2, whereas lambda 2 is minus 2, such that solution for this function is going to be what? Lambda 2x, right? That is a into e power 2x plus b into e power minus 2x is going to be the complementary function for this given function. What about the particular integration, right? So let me rub that one. So let us write the answer, complementary function and particular integration separately. Complementary function for our question is e power minus 2x plus b into e power plus 2x. See, you can interchange these two people, nothing will happen. You can consider either you can consider e power minus 2x here or here, right? So anyway, here I was considering plus 2, here I was considering minus 2. Let me write in the same way. It does not matter at which point we are considering these two, right? You can consider at any one place. Fine. Our next target is we have to find the solution for what? Particular integration. Particular integration, right? We have to take the inverse operator. Particular integration can be considered as, once again, we have to consider RHS upon characteristic equation of this system. Let us consider in the RHS I have 10 into e power 2t denominator. Characteristic equation of the system right now it can be written as d square minus 4. Let's try and bring the answer for this one. The thing is, what I have to do here, d will be replaced by 2. Is it correct or not? D is nothing but what? E power alpha t. In alpha enna value irukko, that is the value of d. Such that this function is going to be 10 into e power 2t upon d square. But d ku badala 2 potting appadina, we are getting 2 square minus 4. What we are getting here, 10 into e power 2t upon 2 square will become 4. 4 minus 4 will be 0. 1 by 0 will become what? Infinity. Is it the correct solution? No. If your value is infinity, then that is called divergence. then that is called divergence, right? My function is not converged. அப்ப நீங்க என்ன பண்ணணும், whenever நீங்க இந்த மாதிரி denominator எப்பப்பலாம் 0 வருதோ அப்ப என்ன பண்ணணும் அப்படினா, okay, you have to proceed further. இப்போ இந்த ஸ்டெப்ல இங்க d க்கு பதிலா 2 replace பண்ணும்போது your system is being diverged, right? In order to let this solution, அப்ப நீங்க என்ன பண்ணணும், திரும்பவும் one step go back. இந்த 2 சப்ஸ்டிட்யூட் பண்றதுக்கு முன்னாடி இருக்க ஸ்டெப்ல போய்ட்டு take that function, அந்த function எடுத்து go to the numeratorல போய்ட்டு multiply it once by the independent variable. இந்த சிஸ்டம்ல independent variable யாரு? t is the independent variable. Who is the dependent variable? y is the dependent variable, right? Go to the numerator, multiply your function by, that is one time. யாரால independent variable ஆல one time multiply பண்ணனும், such that it will become 10 into t into e power 2t. Now go to the denominator, do one time differentiation. Numeratorல we have to multiply ஒரு independent variable ஆல multiply பண்ணிட்டு denominatorல we have to do one time differentiation. இப்போ நீங்க யாரை பொறுத்த with respect to d we have to differentiate once. d square differentiate பண்ணீங்கன்னா with respect to d you are going to get 2d. minus 4 differentiate பண்ணீங்கன்னா we are going to get 0 because that is the constant, right? And then again substitute the value of d. 10 into t into e power 2t, that is perfect. Go to the denominator. Now replace d by 2. So 2 into 2 will become 4. Now the correct answer is 5 times of 2 will be 10. 2 times of 2 will be 4. Such that it can be written as 5 by 2 t into e power 2t is the correct solution or particular integration for the given function, right? So let me write this one. Particular integration for this function can be written as 5 by 2 into t into e power 2t, right? Okay guys, listen. எல்லாரும் இங்க கவனிங்க. What do you mean by divergence? Divergence அப்படினா உங்களோட ரிசல்டன்ட் வேல்யூ வந்து கவுண்ட் பண்ண முடியாது. லைக் ஒரு சீரியஸ் வந்து கன்வர்ஜ் ஆகுது அப்படின்னா ஒரு பர்டிகுலர் ஃபைனைட் வேல்யூல போயிட்டு அது முடியணும். ஒரு சீரியஸ் வந்து டைவர்ஜ் ஆகுது அப்படின்னா ஒரு பர்டிகுலர் டைமுக்கு அப்புறம் அது எங்க போச்சுன்னே தெரியல. ஒரு சேட்டலைட்டை லான்ச் பண்றீங்க, கரெக்டா போயிட்டு அது வந்து யூக்லிபிரியம் பாயிண்ட் வந்து நின்னுடுச்சு அப்படின்னா ஓகே, இட் வில் பி செட்டில்டு. அது பாட்டுன்னு நம்ம போயிட்டு நம்ம டச் பண்ண வேண்டிய கோட் என்ன, கரெக்டாக எர்த்தோட மேக்னெட்டிக் ஃபீல்டு கிராவிடேஷன் ஃபோர்ஸ் வந்து சேட்டலைட் கிராவிடேஷன் ஃபோர்ஸ் கரெக்டாக முடிகிற பார்டரில் தான் நம்ம நிற்க வைக்கணும் சேட்டலைட்டை. இஃப் இட் இஸ் ட்ராவலிங் பியாண்ட் தட், தென் வாட் வில் ஹேப்பன், இட் வில் லூஸ் இட்ஸ் கண்ட்ரோல், இட் வில் ட்ராவல் சம்வேர், தட் இஸ் கால்ட் டைவர்ஜென்ஸ். Whereas convergence in the sense, correctly with some proper iteration we are pushing the satellite to fix at a particular distance, to stand at a particular distance, right? That is called convergence. So in here my function, your satellite is not converged here, it is diverged. Now in order to bring this satellite under our control, what I have to do, just to take the go back to the in the step க்கு முன்னாடி, அதாவது d க்கு வந்து நீங்க வேல்யூ சப்ஸ்டிட் பண்றீங்க இல்லையா, அதுக்கு one step முன்னாடி போய்ட்டு take your numerator. நம்ம ஃபங்க்ஷன்ல யார் வந்து இண்டிபெண்டன்ட் வேரியபிள் யார் டிபெண்டன்ட் வேரியபிள் அப்படிங்கிறது நமக்கு தெரியும். Multiply it once by the independent variable, go to the denominator, take one time differentiation. Suppose, right, let me write the general procedure, that is after writing this function. See, anyway, the complete solution for our function can be written as y of t equal to complementary function is a into, see there I was writing the answer, right? I think, right, t la எழுதிருக்கேன், x la எழுதிருக்கேன் பாருங்க, கரெக்ட் பண்ணுங்க. a into e power 2t plus b into e power minus 2t plus 5 times of t upon 2 into e power 2t is the correct solution for our function. Clear? I hope things are very clear to you all. Once you understand this one, coming back, let me write some general procedure. What is the general procedure? The general procedure is, if you face any problems, right, with the, yeah, 1 second, it's what general procedure I am going to write? While finding particular integration, right, take your RHS. ஒரு RHS இருக்கு, எந்த சிக்னல் நீங்க கன்சிடர் பண்ணுங்க. It might be e power alpha x or cosine x or sin x, right? We saw a polynomial equation and then while clubbing them together, எதுவா இருந்தாலும் சரி எல்லாத்துலயுமே காமன் ப்ரொசீஜர் என்னன்னா RHS divided by f of d. நீங்க வந்து இந்த ப்ரொசீஜர் வந்து ஃபாலோ பண்றீங்க. ஏதோ ஒரு ப்ரொசீஜர், ஒவ்வொரு இதுக்கும் ஒரு மாடல் நம்ம பார்த்துருக்கோம் இல்லையா. இப்போ நீங்க என்ன பண்ணீங்கன்னா டினாமினேட்டர்ல இருக்க வேல்யூ, சப்போஸ் if f of d will become 0 for some values, ஏதோ ஒரு வேல்யூல f of d 0 ஆகுதுன்னா what you have to do, particular integration can be written as numeratorல போயிட்டு for an example here x is an independent variable. நம்ம ஃபங்க்ஷன்ல x வந்து independent variable இருக்குன்னு வெச்சுக்கோங்க. x is an independent variable, right? So x is an independent variable. Suppose if it is an independent variable, then how will you write? Go to the RHS, multiplied by x once, right? Go to the denominator, differentiate your denominator function once again and then procedure, continue your procedure, then you will get the finite value. Suppose திரும்ப உங்களுக்கு 0 ஆகுது சார், திரும்ப denominator வந்து 0 ஆகுது, again diverge ஆகுது அப்படின்னா, suppose if f dash of d also going to be 0, f dash of d in the sense denominator is being differentiated once. Suppose okay, அதுக்கப்புறம் நீங்க ப்ரொசீட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். திரும்ப டிஃபரன்ஷியேட் பண்ணிட்டு வேல்யூ சப்ஸ்டிட்யூட் பண்ணும்போது again 0 ஆகுதுன்னு வெச்சுக்கோங்களேன். ப்ரொசீட் further. Again take the particular integration, go to the numerator, once again multiply it by one more variable. Already it was being multiplied by the one independent variable x. திரும்ப இன்னொரு independent variable ஆல மல்டிப்ளை பண்ணினா it will become x square into RHS. Go to the denominator, again take 2 time differentiation. Again I am substituting value, once again I am getting 0. Suppose if you are getting again 0, if f double dash of d also will become 0, again go to the numerator, multiplied by one more x such that it will become x cube into, again write the answer, right half of the s plane upon f triple dash of d. Suppose triple dash also going to be 0, then you will have to repeat the procedure until the arrival of the finite value. உங்களுக்கு finite value வர வரைக்கும் நீங்க என்ன பண்ணிட்டே இருக்கணும், you have to repeat this procedure. Finite value அந்த whole function value வந்து finite value மாறணும், infinity வரக்கூடாது. ஏன்னா denominator 0 வந்தா infinity தானே, 1 by 0 will be infinity. I don't want that one, I may need a finite value. So continue your iteration till to get the finite value. But in the examinations at all, you will be tested maximum up to 2 only. You right, you only to go, yes, time consumption is very matter here, right? Fine, clear. That is how we are finding the solution for particular integration, that is the differential equation. Let us take some other example. Slowly understand, right? There are nothing in maths, right? If you don't get the idea, rewatch the video, right, till to get the clear idea. Yeah, let me rub this one. Let's try and find the answer for all people. Some other examples we will consider, right? Then you'll get the clear idea. Yeah. What do we consider now? D square y upon dx square. Okay. Plus 9 consider பண்ணிக்கலாமா? Let me consider 9y equal to, let us consider 10 into sine 3x. I think yes, let's try. This is the given function. Now we have to find out the solution for this one. Shall we proceed? Yes. First thing, anyway, tell me whether the given function will have only particular solution or complementary function. Sorry, complementary function மட்டும் தான் வருமா இல்ல particular integration exist ஆகுமா? Definitely particular integration will exist. Why? Because on the RHS side we are providing some, we are injecting some input signal, right? Fine. So for the given function, let me write y of x. Is it correct? Yes. Why? Because y is dependent variable, x is independent variable. So it can be written as y of x should be equal to its function. It will consider 2 type of solution, complementary function as well as particular integration. Let's see complementary function. In order to find the answer for complementary function, first we have to find out the characteristic equation. Shall we write the answer directly? Yes. The characteristic equation for the function is d square plus 9 equal to 0. Am I correct? Yes. D square dx square can be replaced by d square plus inga 9 into y. Anyway, this is my characteristic equation. This is our characteristic equation of the system. Can you please solve it? Yes. D square equal to minus 9. Exactly. Then d is equal to plus or minus under root of minus 9. Now see there, plus or minus, this minus can be taken as 0. Sorry, j. Root of 9 can be written as 3. Do you all agree? Yes. See there, we have a complex pair. We have a complex pair. Guys, last time I made a small mistake, please forgive me. In my mind, I thought that I was having 2 pair in the question, right? So unknowingly, with some unconscious, I wrote 2 separate equations. That mistake, that's my mistake. Please correct it by yourself. Actually, one complex pair can be written as, right? For one complex pair, your correct solution is complementary function can be written as what? Anyway, real part is 0. So the answer is what? A into cos beta value is how much? 3. So 3 times of t plus b into sine 3 times of t. That's all. That is the correct answer. Complementary function. Clear? A into cos beta t plus b into sine beta t. That's all. That is for one pair. If you have 2 pair, then you can go up with the what? A cos beta t plus b cos. We can consider one more set, right? I was unconsciously I wrote that one. That's my mistake. Please forgive me and correct it by yourself. Okay. Okay. Let's proceed further. Next, this is the complementary function. Our next target, we should write the solution for particular integration. What is the solution? Let us see. Whenever we are looking for particular integration, we should write the answer like this. Particular integration can be written as RHS. In the numerator, we have to consider RSH. Denominator, we should consider the characteristic equation. RHS la enna iruka? In the RHS side, I have 10 times of sine 3 times of x divided by characteristic equation of the system is going to be d square plus 9. Exactly, that is correct. Now, what I had been told you, I hope you all remember, whenever our function, right, if the RHS is equal to, it is in the form of cos ax or it is in the form of sin ax, then in the denominator only we have to replace d square alone will be replaced by minus a square. Guys, if your RHS is e power ax அப்படின்னு வர டைம்ல எக்ஸ்போனன்ஷியல் ஃபங்க்ஷன் வந்து RHS ரைட் சைடுல இருந்தது அப்படின்னா எந்த இடத்துல d இருக்கோ d ஸ்கொயர் d கியூப் எல்லா இடத்துலயுமே d க்கு பதிலா நீங்க டைரக்டா வேல்யூவை சப்ஸ்டிட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். பட் if you have d ஸ்கொயர், that is sin θவோ இல்ல cos θவோ வந்திருந்தது அப்படின்னா in the denominator your target is only d ஸ்கொயர். If you find any d, don't touch d. d நீங்க டச் பண்ணவே கூடாது. If I have d கியூப் னு இருந்ததுனா அதை நீங்க எழுதிக்கலாம் d ஸ்கொயர் டாட் d அப்படினு எழுதிட்டு d ஸ்கொயருக்கு பதிலா we can substitute, but you are never supposed to touch d. d நீங்க எப்பவுமே டச் பண்ணவே கூடாது. Don't forget. Let's continue. So with this, what I'm going to get, the thing is, in our case 10 into sine 3 times of x. See there, here I have a, here I have 3. So here d is equal to 3. But what I want, d square equal to minus a square. அப்ப நம்ம क्वेश्चனுக்கு என்ன வரும்? d square in the sense, see there, d square equal to minus value of a is what? Value of this is not a, this is sorry, d a. A is what? 3 square, which will be equal to what? Minus 9. I have to take a separately and then we have to take square and then we have to multiply it by minus. Okay, such that this function can be written as d square can be directly written as minus 9 plus 9. What's wrong with me? I got 0 in the denominator. What I have to do? Sir, you cannot write the solution directly. My system is converged. Sorry, diverged. Your satellite is going away from the earth control. It's not it's not what I can say flying over the earth. It's traveling somewhere. I don't want to let that things to happen. What I have to do? I have to bring the satellite under my control. For that, I am getting back one step. I am going back. Right, one step in the sense we have to take before, right, a க்கு value substitute பண்றதுக்கு முன்னாடி step, just one step go back and then take the function. Look at, I am looking for independent variable. Which is the independent variable? In my function, independent variable is x, dependent variable is y. So your whole function in the numerator will be multiplied by an independent variable such that it will become 10 times of x. Already we have sin 3x. Exactly. Now you can go to the denominator, take your denominator, differentiate your function once, such that if I will do differentiation, then d square will become twice of d. 9 will become what? 0. I cannot differentiate 9 since it is the constant. Anyway, I can do the differentiation, but that will be constant, right? So it will be 0. One second, I came out. Whether the class is going good or not, please wait a minute. I'm just checking, right? What's happening here? Oh, guys, please. Okay, I think it's going good only. Let's continue our journey, right? Okay. Anyway, listen. எனக்கு answer வந்திருக்கு பாருங்க. I got 5 times of x upon d into sin 3x. Let us try and understand some other basics, right? What other basics? Anyway, complementary function, let's keep on side. I got a cos 3t, b sin 3t. Okay, நம்ம மைண்ட்ல வச்சுக்கலாம். Let me rub this one, right? Let's reduce the function further. Now you should think logically. நான் என்ன சொல்லிருந்தேன் அப்படின்னா டினாமினேட்டர்ல d மட்டும் தனியா வந்துச்சுன்னா நம்மளால எதுவும் பண்ண முடியாது. பட் இந்த மாதிரி வருதுன்னு வெச்சுக்கோங்க. இது இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு டேர்ம் வருதுன்னா 5 into x upon d into sin 3x இந்த மாதிரி வந்திருக்கு அப்படின்னா what will be the correct solution for this function? It's really very easy. Guys, listen. See there. Since your numerator function had been multiplied by the independent variable, நீங்க இதெல்லாம் டச் பண்ண கூடாது. Just take that x outside. Because just differentiationக்காக நான் one time அதை consider பண்ணிருக்கேன், right? Just take it outside. 5 into x வந்து constant. Just you have to take it outside. But see there, you have to consider like this: 1 by d into sin 3x. Your function is being considered as 1 by d into sin 3x. நீங்க இப்படி தான் consider பண்ணணும். Like that, your answer is going to be 5x sin 3x by d அப்படின்னா 1 by d னா மீனிங் என்ன? we all know. சும்மா லாஜிக்கா திங்க் பண்ணுங்க, இதுல புதுசாலாம் நான் எதுவும் சொல்லி தரல. d is equal to what? d by dx. ஸோ d வந்து நம்ம டிஃபரன்ஷியேட்டர் அப்படின்னு நான் டிஃபைன் பண்றேன். அப்போ 1 by d யாரு? இன்டகிரேட்டர். that is inverse of differentiator is nothing but integrator. So the conclusion is what? 1 by d means there is a hidden integrator. So that is integral of sin 3x. That's all. Question is over. Integral of sin 3x. So the conclusion is what? 5x into sin 3x நீங்க integrate பண்ணீங்கன்னா you are going to get minus cos 3x. Inner differentiation will give you one more 3, right? That's all. Anyway, some constant will be added. At sometimes this constant we are assuming it to be 0. At sometimes we are considering. That's all, right? Don't think too much about this constant. It's over. This is the particular integration for the given function. Just I have not made any big things here. நம்ம x அப்படிங்கிறது இண்டிபெண்டன்ட் வேரியபிள், நம்ம அதை மல்டிபிள் பண்ணி வச்சிருக்கோம். எதுக்காகனா in order to do the differentiation. So your task is, if you want to do integration, யாரை நீங்க integrate பண்ணணும்? The function is, who is my signal here? Signal is sin 3x. So just to take integration for that one. So என்ன சொல்ல வரேன் அப்படின்னா, நீங்க டினாமினேட்டரை டிஃபரன்ஷியேட் பண்றதுக்காக நியூமரேட்டர்ல ஒரு வேரியபிளை மல்டிபிள் பண்றீங்க இல்லையா, அதை நீங்க டச் பண்ணக்கூடாது, அதை நீங்க வெளியில தான் வச்சிருக்கணும்னு சொல்ல வரேன். That's all. Clear? Fine. So the correct answer is this one. After finding particular integration complementary function, we can bring the answer. Only these two things will exist often. ஒன்னு வந்து என்ன வரும் அப்படின்னா, d வந்து டைரக்டா இந்த மாதிரி d வந்து நியூமரேட்டர்லயே வந்தது அப்படின்னா டிஃபரன்ஷியேட் பண்ணணும். அதே d டினாமினேட்டர் வந்துனா இன்டகிரேட் பண்ணணும். டினாமினேட்டர் 0 ஆச்சு அப்படின்னா ஒன் டைம் மேல வந்து ஒரு இண்டிபெண்டன்ட் வேரியபிளால மல்டிபிள் பண்ணிட்டு டினாமினேட்டர்ல ஒன் டைம் டிஃபரன்ஷியேட் பண்ணணும். அவ்வளவுதான். இந்த 3 காமன் திங்ஸ் வந்து will happen. எல்லா இடத்துலயுமே இது வந்துட்டே இருக்கும், ரைட்? எனிவே இங்க இந்த 1 by d d at all we know. 1 by d னா இன்டகிரேஷன், d னா டிஃபரன்ஷியேஷன், அது ஓகே. டினாமினேட்டர் 0 ஆச்சுனா மட்டும் என்ன பண்ணணும்? மேல வந்து ஒன் டைம் x ஆல மல்டிபிள் பண்ணிட்டு டினாமினேட்டர் ஒரு டைம் டிஃபரன்ஷியேட் பண்ணிக்கணும். That's all. These 3 things you will have to always keep it in your mind. That is very important. Okay, let's write the final solution. Anyway, slowly, right? Try and understand, right? Then it will be registered. Things are very easy only, but some time should be required for you all to get the very clear idea or grip with the equations, right? Fine. So let us fine tune. Next, what we are going to do after, let's write the final answer. Y of x can be written as complementary function plus particular integration. For complementary function we got a cos 3t plus b sin 3t, right? A cos 3t plus b sin 3t, and here particular integration is going to be minus 5 times of x upon 3 into sin 3 times of x. Anyway, this is the exact solution. And sometimes we may consider this arbitrary constant or we may not consider. Just to look at the option, that's enough. Finally, this is going to be your solution. Clear? I hope things are clear to you all. Let's try and bring the answer for some other examples, right? This is second model. We are in the second model, right? If your input is sin ax, then what will be the solution? That is what we saw now, right? Okay, let us take some other people. Let's try and bring the answer for those guys also, right? So let me rub this one. Simply understand these things, right? Okay, let us rub and let's try and bring the answer for some other people. Yeah. Next, what we are going to do, next thing is, for an example, a function is given like this: dy by dx plus y is equal to, given it is x power 2, like 2 into x square. That is the given equation. Now let's try and bring the answer for this equation. How do we bring the answer for this one? See, since in the RHS we have some signal, first of all, so for the given system we have two solutions. It can be written as y of x equal to, it will have both complementary function as well as particular integration, right? Let's try and bring the answer for complementary function first. Complementary function in the sense, write down the root d plus 1 equal to 0, correct? That is the characteristic equation. Do you all agree with me? See there, d plus 1, that's all. So d is equal to minus 1. Its corresponding complementary function, it's simply only one root, a into e power lambda 1. Lambda 1 is minus 1, so minus 1 into x, or we can write minus x, that's all. So e power minus x is the correct solution. So we got the complementary function exactly. What is our next target? We have to achieve the particular integration, right? So the next we are giving, that is we are putting our effort in order to obtain the particular integration. Let's try and bring out the answer for particular integration. If you want to know the value of particular integration, right, how will you write? The solution is, particular integration can be considered as, one second, in the numerator we have to consider RHS. In the denominator we have to consider the characteristic equation of the system, exactly, right? Now let's write the answer for this one. Numerator what we have 2 into x square. Denominator what we have characteristic equation of the system, that is d plus 1. So let me write it here. I hope you all remember what I had been told you. நான் உங்ககிட்ட என்ன சொல்லிருந்தேன் அப்படின்னா நியூமரேட்டர்ல பாலினாமியல் ஈக்குவேஷன் வந்தது அப்படின்னா we should remember 4 equations into our mind. One is 1 plus x expansion of 1 plus x whole inverse. Another one is expansion of 1 minus x whole inverse. Another one is 1 plus x whole power minus 2 expansion, and then another one is expansion of 1 minus x whole power minus 2. You have to remember these 4 people into your brain whenever you are looking for the solution with the polynomial equation. ரைட் சைடில் பாலினாமியல் ஈக்குவேஷன் வந்தாலே இந்த 4 டேர்ம்ஸில் ஒரு டேர்ம் தான் டினாமினேட்டரில் வரணும். ரைட், அப்படின்னா மீனிங் என்னன்னா கைஸ் லிசன், ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஆஃப் ஆல் இது எங்கே வரப்போகுது அப்படின்னா இந்த மாதிரி ஃபார்மேட்டை வந்து நீங்கள் இந்த ஈக்குவேஷன் டினாமினேட்டரில் இருக்க ஒரு டேர்மை நீங்கள் நியூமரேட்டருக்கு கொண்டு வரணும். அப்படி கொண்டு வரும்போது என்னவா அது கன்வெர்ட் ஆகணும் அப்படின்னா இந்த ஃபார்மேட்டில் அது வரணும். 1 plus x இல்லை 1 minus x ஃபார்மேட்டில் தான் அது வரணும். கண்டிப்பாக இந்த ஃபார்மேட்டில் தான் இருக்கணும். வேரியஸ் எக்ஸுக்கு பதிலாக யூ கேன் கன்சிடர் டி, ஆர் யூ கேன் கன்சிடர் டி ஸ்கொயர், ஆர் யூ கேன் கன்சிடர் டி கியூப், ஆர் யூ கேன் கன்சிடர் டி பவர் n. It does not matter here. But your equation has to be written in the form of 1 plus x or 1 minus x. இந்த ரெண்டு ஃபார்மேட்டில் ஒரு ஃபார்மேட்டுக்கு நீங்கள் டிரான்ஸ்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணணும் இந்த டினாமினேட்டர் இருக்க ஈக்குவேஷன். That's your primary task. After completing the task, you can proceed further, right? So the conclusion is what? Denominator தான் உங்களோட ஃபோக்கஸ் இருக்கணும், right? இந்த நியூமரேட்டர்ல பாலினாமியல் ஈக்குவேஷன் வந்துட்டாலே you should keep your attention with the denominator of the function. Let's proceed further. So that is going to be 2 times of x square upon denominatorல இந்த 1 plus d நம்ம இப்படி எழுதிக்கலாமா? d plus 1 நம்ம 1 plus d ன்னு எழுதலாமா? Yes, it is looking like 1 plus x. x க்கு பதிலா we have d, that's all. Now if I bring, அப்ப நீங்க அதை என்ன பண்ணணும், டைரக்டா நியூமரேட்டர் கொண்டு வரணும். அப்படியே நியூமரேட்டர் கொண்டு வந்தீங்கன்னா this function can be rewritten as 2x square into 1 plus d whole inverse. Any mistake? No, very simple, right? Trust me dear, it's very simple actually. So 2x square. Now tell me what is the expansion of 1 plus x whole inverse? 1 plus x whole inverse can be written as 1 minus x plus x square minus x power 3 plus x power 4 minus etc. Do you all agree with me? Yes. In the same way, if I do the expansion for 1 plus d, instead of having x, I have d. Now what is the correct solution? It is going to be 1 minus d plus d square minus d cube plus d power 4 minus etc. Exactly. Shall we find the answer? Why not? Let's try. Twice of x square, right? Guys listen, it's very simple. I hope you all remember. Listen, d அப்படிங்கிற term numeratorல வந்தது அப்படின்னா you can replace it by d by dx, because we all know d by dx தான் நம்ம d ன்னு எழுதி வச்சிருக்கோம். கரெக்ட் தானங்க? அதே மாதிரி d square னா மீனிங் என்ன? d square by dx square, 2 times differentiation. அப்ப d cube வந்தா d cube அப்படின்னா d cube by dx cube. Similarly, 1 by d vanda 1 time integration, 1 by d square vanda 2 time integration, 1 by d cube vanda 3 time integration. I said only 3 people are there. Denominator la 0 வந்துருச்சுனா numerator la independent variable ஆல மல்டிப்ளை பண்ணிட்டு 1 time differentiation denominator அவ்வளவுதான். அதே மாதிரி denominator la d வந்தது 1 by d அப்படிங்கற ஃபார்மட் ஈக்குவேஷன்ல வந்திருந்தா 1 time integration. numerator la ஒரே ஒரு d மட்டும் தனியா இருந்தா 1 time differentiation. இது மூணு மட்டும் தான் நீங்க மைண்ட்ல வச்சுக்கணும். clear? மத்ததெல்லாம் ஈஸி தான். You can easily proceed. Right? So the conclusion is, now open up the brackets. இந்த bracket open பண்ணிட்டு இந்த x square அப்படியே உள்ள பாஸ் பண்ணுங்க. 2 times of x square into 1 will become 2x square minus d into 2x square, exactly, plus d square into 2x square. Let me stop with this. Remaining இருக்க எல்லா வேல்யூவும் 0 ஆயிடும் அப்படினு சொல்லிட்டு நான் சொல்றேன். அது எப்படி 0 ஆகும் நீங்க பாருங்க. Right? Let's see. 2x square will be again 2x square minus d denotes one time differentiation. x நீங்க ஒரு டைம் differentiate பண்ணீங்கன்னா x square will become 2x. Yes. So one time differentiation of x square with respect to x will give you 2x. இன்னொரு டைம் differentiate பண்ணீங்கன்னா d square by dx square will give you 2. Again differentiate பண்ணீங்கன்னா d cube by dx cube will give you 0. Why? Because second time differentiate பண்ணும்போது அது கான்ஸ்டன்ட்டா மாறிடுச்சு. அகைன் நீங்க differentiate பண்ணீங்கன்னா 0 ஆயிடும். சோ அப்ப d cubeக்குலாம் வேல்யூ வருமா? வராது. ஏன்? d cube அப்படிங்கிறது third order differentiation. d cube upon dx cube. 3 time I have to differentiate the given equation. But my function is going to be 0, right? When I am putting third order differential equation. So higher order values are going to be 0. I don't need to be panic. Let's continue our journey. அப்ப 2x square differentiate பண்ணீங்கன்னா you are getting 4x. Already we have a 2, x square differentiate பண்ணீங்கன்னா you are getting one more 2, so 2 into 2 will become 4. Similarly, இந்த 2x square நீங்க differentiate பண்ணீங்கன்னா you are going to get, first நீங்க differentiate பண்ணும்போது என்ன ஆகும், x square differentiate பண்ணா 2x, 2x திரும்ப differentiate பண்ணா 2 only, so 2 into 2 will become only 4. What is the correct answer? This is the particular integration. It's over. See how easy your equations are, how simply we are bringing the answer. One and only thing you have to remember is, whenever we are getting the polynomial equation, go to the denominator. Denominator characteristic equation எப்படி வேணாலும் வந்துட்டுங்க, அது எப்படி வேணாலும் இருக்கலாம். இப்போ equation எந்த மாதிரி equation வந்திருந்தாலும் 1 plus something ன்ற ஃபார்மேட்டில் நீங்க கொண்டு வரணும். 1 plus something plus something. அந்த something அப்படிங்கிறது நம்ம டோட்டலா x ன்னு வச்சுக்கலாம். And then just to bring it to the numerator, proceed further in order to find the solution. I hope things are clear to you all. Let me take many examples in order to demonstrate these things clearly, right? Then you'll get the clear idea. Let us rub this one, right? Let us rub all these things, right? Let's try and bring the answer for rest of, yeah. See, you can club them together. I forget to club particular integration with the complementary function. You please do it by yourself, okay? That's very simple answer only that we got, not a big one. Fine. Let's try and bring the solution for some other people. Let us consider d square y upon dt square, d square y upon dt square. Let me consider some other variable. What shall we consider? 6 into dy by dt plus 8, right? Plus 8 times of y equal to, let us consider 4 into x cube. Is it correct? Okay. Plus let me consider 3 times of x. Okay, let's make little complicated. Actually there is no complexity, but by looking at the question it might be looking like that, right? Yes. Anyway, which is the independent variable? See there, I made a blunder mistake. I have to write the independent variable here. Independent variable is t. Forgive me, here we have to consider independent variable. Anyway, this is going to be dependent variable, this is going to be independent variable. Only two variables are there, na? Yes. Let's start our journey with this. Anyway, for the given function we have two type of solution. Yes. What are those? One is particular integration, another one is complementary function. Complementary function will exist when we have given right side, left hand side like characteristic equation vanditale complementary function vandirum. Particular integration, it will exist one and only when I have input signal on the RHS side. Yes, since I have a polynomial equation, definitely will exist. Polynomial equation vanda enna pananum அப்படிங்கிறது we know, right? You can try it by yourself, you don't need to wait for me. Okay, anyway, my responsibility, I will bring the answer for this question. Anyway, first the function can be written as y of t, since t is an independent variable, y is the dependent variable, so it can be written as y of t equal to this characteristic equation will give you two solutions. One is complementary function, another one is particular integration. Let's try and find the answer for complementary function. Complementary function in the sense we should write the characteristic equation d square plus 6 times of d plus 8 equal to 0. Can you break these roots directly? Of course, why not? 4 times of 2 will give you 8. 4 plus 2 will give you 6. So it can be written as d plus 4 into d plus 2 exactly, which is equal to 0. If I break these roots, it can be written as d is equal to minus 4, d is equal to minus 2. Complementary function for this question can be written as a into e power minus 4 times of t. I will have to write your answer in terms of t. Why? Here my independent variable is t. Plus the value of a second person b into e power minus 2t. Yes, happily I got the answer for complementary function without any issues, right? So let me write them in a side. So I got a into e power minus 4t plus b into e power minus 2t. That is our complementary function. Let's try and do the same thing for particular integration, right? So our next target, we should bring the answer for particular integration. Let's try and bring the answer for particular integration. If you want to know the particular integration, let's see what happened. The formula is particular integration venum abdina, consider RHS in the numerator, go to the denominator, keep the characteristic equation of the system. Shall we continue? Yes, let's start our journey with this. RHS, in the RHS I have 4 times of t square plus 3 times of t. Whereas in the LHS, that is my characteristic equation of the system, is going to be d square plus 6 times of d plus 8. What happened here? I don't have any terms in terms of எனக்கு என்னங்க வரணும்? See there, numeratorல polynomial equation வந்திருந்தா denominatorல இருக்க term it has to be in the form of 1 plus x. first இந்த ஃபார்மேட்ல இது வரணும். இருக்கா இல்லையே? என்ன பண்ணலாம்? ஏதாச்சும் ஒன்று பண்ணுங்க. இட்ஸ் யுவர் விஷ். நீங்க என்ன வேணா பண்ணிக்கலாம். கரெக்டா ஆன்சர் வரும். இப்போ நான் என்ன பண்றேன் அப்படின்னா, let me take d square outside. இந்த d square வெளில எடுத்துட்டீங்கன்னா it can be written as 4 times of t square plus 3 times of t upon d square வெளில எடுத்துட்டோம்னா it will become what? 1 plus 6 into d upon d square plus 8 upon d square. No problem. Right? இப்படி எழுதலாம் இல்லையா? Is there any mistake in my conclusion? No. You can consider like this. Or if you are not feeling comfortable with this one, sir d squareலாம் எனக்கு வெளிய எடுக்க பிடிக்கல அப்படின்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க, கான்ஸ்டன்ட்டை வெளில எடுத்துக்கோங்க. அட்லீஸ்ட் எந்த ஈக்குவேஷனில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா you can find one constant. இப்போ இந்த கான்ஸ்டன்ட் வெளில எடுக்கலாமா? If you take this constant outside, then also this function can be written as 1 plus d square plus 6 times of d upon 8. ஒன்றுமே இல்லைங்க, கவனிங்க சார். என்ன டிஃப்ரென்ஸ் அப்படின்னா, நீங்கள் டி ஸ்கொயரை வெளில எடுத்தீங்கன்னா நீங்கள் ஆப்ரேஷன்லாம் பர்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணி முடிச்சதுக்கப்புறம் அந்த டி ஸ்கொயர் மட்டும் தனியாக நிற்கும். அதாவது டி ஸ்கொயர் வெளில எடுத்துட்டு நீங்கள் ரிமைனிங் இருக்க டேர்ம் நியூமரேட்டர் கொண்டு போவீங்க. இன்வெர்ஸ் ஃபார்மெட்டில் வரும். லாஸ்ட் ப்ராப்ளம் எப்படி சால்வ் பண்ணுமோ அதே ப்ராசஸில் ஃபுல்லாக முடிச்சுட்டு ஃபைனலாக அந்த 1/d ஸ்கொயர் இருக்கு இல்லையா, அப்போ நீங்கள் என்ன பண்ணால் ஹோல் ஃபங்க்ஷனை 2 டைம் இன்டெகிரேட் பண்ணணும். அவ்வளோதான் அந்த ப்ராசஸில் பண்ணீங்கன்னா. இஃப் யூ ஆர் டேக்கிங் டி ஸ்கொயர் அவுட் சைட், இஃப் யூ ஆர் டேக்கிங் கான்ஸ்டன்ட் அவுட் சைட், டைரக்ட்லி கான்ஸ்டன்ட்டுக்கு நம்ம என்ன இன்டெகிரேஷன் பண்ண போகிறோம்? ஜஸ்ட் இது அப்படியே மேலே எடுத்துகிட்டு போயிட்டு அப்படியே இன்வெஸ்ட் போட்டு நம்ம எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணிக்கலாம். எப்படி போட்டீங்கன்னா ஆன்சர் கரெக்டாக வரும். பிகாஸ் லாஜிக்கலி ஐ எம் கரெக்ட். I'm not making any mistake, right? So whichever the way that you want, you can proceed by yourself. Okay, don't wait for me and don't be panicked. Once you understand, proceed without the things that you are generating in your mind. Just apply it and trigger your brain to work. Okay, fine. Let's start our journey with this. 4t square plus 3 times of t upon 8. Happily we got the answer 1 plus x format. It's this whole term I am treating it as x, 1 plus x. Let us pass it to the numerator. It will become 1 plus d square plus 6 times of d upon 8 whole inverse. See there 1 plus x whole inverse, right? Shall we write the answer? Exactly, right? Why not? Let us write the answer for this function, right? So the answer for this function is going to be 4t square. Guys, I don't have space, so let me rub this zone and let's try and bring the answer, right? Okay, yeah, let us rub these things. Let us take the final one. Yeah, this is the whole inverse. Let me write the solution here. So the answer is 4t square plus 3 times of t upon 8. In bracket, we have 1 plus x whole inverse. What is the expansion? 1 minus x. X value d square plus 6 times of d upon x. 1 minus x plus x square. X square என்ன பண்ணுவீங்க? d square plus 6 upon d, sorry 6 times d whole power 2 and so on. It is expanded, but further rest of things not required. 1 minus x plus x square enough. Why? Because here my maximum derivative is 2. 2 times தான் நீங்க டிஃபரன்ஷியேஷன் பண்ண முடியும். அதுக்கு மேல நீங்க வேல்யூ கன்சிடர் பண்ணாலும் 0 ஆயிடும். அதுக்கு மேல கொடுக்க மாட்டாங்க. Don't be panic, right? Don't be panic, right? Shall we continue? Yes. Bracketsலாம் ஓபன் பண்ணிட்டு ப்ரோசீட் பண்ணுங்க. அதுக்கு முன்னாடி இதை எக்ஸ்டெண்ட் பண்ணிக்கலாமா? 1 second. இதை முடிச்சிடலாம். 4t square plus 3t upon 8. In bracket, if I will open up the brackets, it will become 1 minus d square upon d minus 8 minus 6d upon 8 plus, see there, a plus b whole square. நீங்க 8 ஸ்கொயர் பண்ணீங்கன்னா 64, அதை நீங்க வெளில எடுத்துக்கலாம். இது பாருங்க a plus b whole square ஃபார்மேட்ல இருக்கு. அப்ப என்ன ஃபார்முலா வரும்? a ஸ்கொயர்னா d ஸ்கொயருக்கு whole square, that is a ஸ்கொயர். இது a, இதுக்கு ஸ்கொயர் பண்ணீங்கன்னா இது a power 4, right? Sorry, d power 4 plus b ஸ்கொயர் பண்ணீங்கன்னா 6 ஸ்கொயர் பண்ணீங்கன்னா 36, d ஸ்கொயர் பண்ணீங்கன்னா d ஸ்கொயர். a ஸ்கொயர் plus b ஸ்கொயர் plus 2ab. 2a is d square, b is one more d is there, so d into d will become 6 d cube. 2 into 6 will become 12, such that it is become 12 d cube. And then we can consider etc, but the problem is what? d power 4, d power 3 we no need to consider, because இங்க 3 டைம் டிஃபரன்ஷியேட் பண்றதுக்குலாம் யாருமே கிடையாது. நீங்க இந்த டேர்மை 3 டைம்ஸ் டிஃபரன்ஷியேட் பண்ணீங்கன்னா it will be 0. இந்த டேர்ம் 0 ஆயிடும். so d power 4 இல்ல d power 3 எக்ஸிஸ்ட் ஆகாது. d cube in the sense I will have to do differentiation 3 times. I have to differentiate the given function. see 2 times differentiate பண்ணீங்கன்னா okay, third time differentiate பண்ணும்போது 0 வந்துரும், because my maximum order is only 2, right? so the acceptable range is I can go up to 2 only, I cannot go beyond 2. Clear? Fine. Let's continue our journey with this. Let's open up the bracket and bring the answer. Yeah. So the answer for our function is, right, 1 into this whole function will become 4t square plus 3 times of t upon 8. Second case, minus what shall we consider? d square by 8. அப்படினா மீனிங் என்னங்க? 2 times differentiate பண்ணோம். கவனிங்க, 4 into t square. Either 2 times differentiate பண்ணீங்கன்னா என்ன வரும்? T square 1 time differentiate பண்ணீங்கன்னா you will get 4 into t square will become 8 into t. 2 times differentiate பண்ணீங்கன்னா 8 தான் வரும். இது 1 time differentiation, இது 2 time differentiation. Similarly 3t 1 time differentiate பண்ணீங்கன்னா 3 வரும். 2 times differentiation 0 வந்துரும். Clear? Yes. Let's try, let us substitute the values. Minus d square அப்படினா 2 times differentiation. கவனிங்க 2 times differentiation னா first term 2 times differentiate பண்ணா எனக்கு என்ன வந்திருக்கு 8, right? So first term 2 times differentiate பண்ணா we are getting 8 plus இதை நீங்க 2 times differentiate பண்ணீங்கன்னா 0 ஆயிடும் divided by 8. It's over. Minus 6 upon 8 into d na 1 time differentiation, whole term 1 time differentiate பண்ணீங்கன்னா 4t square 1 time differentiate பண்ணீங்கன்னா 8t வரும். Exactly, that is true, right? Plus 3t 1 time differentiate பண்ணீங்கன்னா 3 வரும். Clear? Yes. Similarly 36 into d square 2 time differentiation will give you 8. Already denominator one more 8 இருக்கா, just consider that 8 also. Did I left that 8 here? இங்க இருந்து 6 by 8 வெளில எடுத்துட்டோம். இதுல ஒரு 8 இருக்கு இல்லையா, I left that one, please consider it. Okay, fine. அதே மாதிரி 36 d square இதை நீங்க 2 times differentiate பண்ணீங்கன்னா 8 வந்துரும். இதை நீங்க differentiate பண்ணீங்கன்னா 0 ஆயிடும். That's all. That is going to be your particular integration. Now you can cancel it, it will become 36. You can cancel it, it will become 1, right? And now you can reduce this expression further. That is your point, I'm just leaving it. Okay, complete பண்ணிக்கோங்க. This is the particular integration, and already we saw the complementary function. Let's club them together in order to find out the final answer. Clear? That is how we are finding the solutions when we have the polynomial equation. Clear? I hope things are very clear to you all. Let's club them together, right? Let us take the next example. Let me rub this one, right? So let us try and find the answer for next model. Okay, it's simple, it's very simple, right? Little time should be required and passion should be required, right? And then while solving the problem you will come to know how easy your questions are. Okay, yeah, let me rub these things. Yeah, next what we have to consider. See, till now I was considering exponential signal, sinusoidal signal, polynomial equation separately. Let's club them together and let's try and bring the answer. Okay, fine. What we are going to do now, the thing is, suppose if I have a function like this, what I can consider d square y upon dt square. Okay, fine. Plus let's consider கொஞ்சம் பெருசா எடுத்துக்கலாமா? Okay, 16 dy by dt plus 64 into y equal to, let me club the answer. Guys, listen, let me do one thing. It will confuse you all, right? So let us put 4 simple values, that's enough, right? Let me consider 4 also, here also 4. Okay, because we have to understand, that is what I want. I don't want to let you in trouble, right? Understand the process, that is enough for me, right? Okay, 10 into e power 2x, that is, let us consider some simple value, into sin 4x. Okay, இன்னும் நான் reduce பண்ணிக்கிறேன், நான் 3 க்கு போறேன். Okay, because we need a simple, understand the process, that's enough, right? First model, actually what we saw, I said there are 3 people, right? First what we saw, e power ax, then what we saw, sin bx, then what we saw, x power m. Now first we should club these 2 people, and then we should club these 2 people, and then we should club these 2 people. Totally 3 models are there, right? Let's start our journey with this. First what we are going to do in this case, did you notice? Yes, these 2 people were clubbed together. Now உங்ககிட்ட ஒரு மாடல் சொன்னலையா, இந்த மாதிரி மாடல் வரும்போது, okay fine, anyway first tell me whether the complementary function and the particular integration will exist or not. Exactly, right? You can expect both complementary function as well as particular integration, right? So the solution for our function is, I can expect, it can be written as y of t. Why? T is an independent variable, x is c, independent variable, such that y of t can be written as complementary function plus particular integration. There are 2 people. Yes, let's try and find the answer for complementary function. Complementary function என்ன வரும்? The thing is, complementary function in the sense we have to write the characteristic equation. Which is the characteristic equation here? D square plus 4 times of d plus 4 equal to 0. Can you break the roots directly? Of course. 2 into 2 will be 4. 2 plus 2 also will be 4 only. So it can be written as d plus 2 into d plus 2 equal to 0. Such that we are getting repeated roots. Lambda 1 equal to lambda 2 equal to 2. Sorry, minus 2. It is minus 2. Why? Because we have minus 2. D plus 2 in the sense d equal to minus 2 only. If we have repeated roots, then what will be the solution? Characteristic equation can be written as a into e power minus 2t, right, plus t into b into e power minus 2t. See that I have repeated roots, but my independent variable is t here. I have to consider t. Okay, yes, so that is going to be the complementary function, right? So let us keep it in this side. I got a plus bt into e power minus 2t. That is the solution, complementary function that we got. Our next target is we have to bring the answer for particular integration, right? So let's try and bring the answer for particular integration. Now when we are looking for particular integration, see there, let me write, right? In order to find out the answer for particular integration, RHS we have to consider denominator is going to be characteristic equation. Let's try RHS 10 into e power 2. Guys, listen please, I made one more small mistake. We have to write the expression in terms of independent variable. Here my independent variable is t, so RHS, your input signal always depending on independent variable அப்படிங்கிறது யாருங்க கவனிங்க. அப்படியே நீங்கள் ப்ராக்டிக்கலாக கன்சிடர் பண்ணிங்கன்னா, நான் இண்டிபெண்டன்ட் வேரியபிள்னா யாரை நம்ம நெட்வொர்க் அனாலிசிஸில் ஒரு டாபிக் பார்த்துருப்போம், அது தட் இஸ் கால்டு டிபெண்டன்ட் சோர்சஸ் அண்ட் இண்டிபெண்டன்ட் சோர்சஸ். வாட் இஸ் தி டிஃபரன்ஸ் பிட்வீன் டிபெண்டன்ட் சோர்சஸ் அண்ட் இண்டிபெண்டன்ட் சோர்சஸ்? சிம்பிளாக சொல்லணும் அப்படின்னா, இண்டிபெண்டன்ட் சோர்ஸ் அப்படிங்கிறது ஆல்டர்னேட்டர், டிபெண்டன்ட் சோர்ஸ் அப்படிங்கிறது உங்கள் மொபைல் என்ன ஆகும், இட் இஸ் சார்ஜிங். அதுக்கப்புறம் மொபைலை ஃபர்ஸ்ட் நம்ம சார்ஜ் பண்ணுறோம், அதுக்கப்புறம் அதுக்கு எனர்ஜி யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கிறோம். தட் இஸ் கால்ட் டிபெண்டன்ட் சோர்ஸ். யாரையாச்சும் ஒருத்தர் டிபெண்ட் பண்ணி எனர்ஜியை சார்ஜ் பண்ணிட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் அதுலேருந்து நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ணிப்போம். வேரியஸ் இண்டிபெண்டன்ட் அப்படின்னா ஆல்டர்னேட்டருக்கு நீங்கள் சார்ஜ் எல்லாம் பண்ண தேவையில்ல, அதோட லைஃப் டைம் முடிகிற வரைக்கும் அது ரன்னிங்கில் இருக்கும், அது பவரை ஜென்ரேட் பண்ணிகிட்டே இருக்கும். தட் இஸ் கால்ட் இண்டிபெண்டன்ட் சோர்ஸ். ஸோ இங்கே அதை தான் நான் சொல்லியிருந்தேன், நான் ரைட் சைடில் நீங்கள் ஏதாச்சும் கொடுத்தீங்கன்னா அதுக்கு பேர் இன்புட் சிக்னல் அப்படின்னு நான் சொல்கிறேன் இல்லையா. வாட் டு ஐ மீன்? இன்புட் சிக்னல் அப்படிங்கிறது your circuit is going to be excited by an infinite ideal voltage source, or it might be excited by an infinite ideal current source. That is what do I mean, right? அப்போ ரைட் சைடில் நீங்கள் கொடுக்குற சிக்னல் வந்து எப்படி இருக்கணும் அப்படின்னா, it has to be written in the form of, that is depending on the left independent variable நீங்கள் எழுதணும். It has to be right in the form of, that is in terms of independent variable. Independent variable அப்படின்னா மீனிங் என்ன? Independent variable that is your driving signal. We are going to drive the system with the help of that signal, independent signal. Clear? Don't think too much. சார் ஏன் இங்கே டி வந்தால் இங்கே டி வரணும்? ஏன் வரணும்? டி தான் வரணும். டி தான் அங்கே சிஸ்டமோட ஹீரோவே, அவர் இல்லைன்னா உங்கள் சிஸ்டம் வேலையே செய்யாது. ரைட்? ஃபைன். Let's continue our journey. 10 into e power 2t into sin 3t. Yes. Upon f of d, that is characteristic equation of the system. Yes. Characteristic equation we saw, that is d square plus 4 times of d plus 4. Do you all agree with me? Yes. Shall we start our journey? Yes. நான் என்ன சொல்லியிருந்தேங்க கவனிங்க. Okay, let me rub this one. Let us recapture once again. Yesterday when I was discussing about the basics, right? Basically நான் என்ன சொல்லியிருந்தேன் அப்படின்னா, ஒரு ஃபங்க்ஷன் வந்து e power ax into sin bx ஃபார்மேட்டில் வருது அப்படின்னா, நான் எப்பயுமே வந்து எனி சிக்னல், ரைட், ஒரு சிக்னல் கூட இன்னொரு எக்ஸ்போனன்ஷியல் சிக்னல், ரைட், இஃப் யுவர் சிக்னல் வுட் ஹவ் பீன் மல்டிப்ளைட் பை e power x, எக்ஸ்போனன்ஷியலால மல்டிப்ளை இருந்தது அப்படின்னா, ரைட், இன் தட் கேஸ் ஸ்டெப் நம்பர் 1 நான் என்ன சொல்லியிருந்தேன், உங்களோட சிக்னலை RHS upon f of d ன்னு எழுதுறதுல எந்த ஒரு தப்பும் கிடையாது. ஆனால் அந்த RHSல என்ன இருக்கு, e power ax into sin bx ன்னு இருக்கும். அதில் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஸ்டெப் நான் என்ன பண்ண சொல்லியிருப்பேன் அப்படின்னா, இங்க d பவர், ரைட், சாரி, e பவர்ல என்ன வேல்யூ இருக்கோ அதை எடுத்துக்கோங்க. அதை எடுத்துக்கிட்டா சி இங்க d இருக்கா, ரீப்ளேஸ் இட் பை d பிளஸ் a, அந்த வேல்யூ வேற ரீப்ளேஸ் பண்ணலாம். இங்க பிளஸ் இருந்தா பிளஸ், இங்க மைனஸ் இருந்தா மைனஸ், ரீப்ளேஸ் பண்ணிட்டு அதோட அந்த எக்ஸ்போனன்ஷியலோட ஒர்க் முடிஞ்சது. டேக் இட் அவுட். இதோட இதை நீங்க டச் பண்ணவே கூடாது. ஆன்சர், ஃபைனல் ஆன்சர் எழுதும் போது இதை கன்சிடர் பண்ணணும். இன் பிராக்கெட் யுவர் ஆபரேஷன் இஸ் வித் sin bx upon f of d plus a. கரெக்டா? That is what I had been concluded in the last lecture. Just I am going with the same data that I had given in the last lecture. Let's proceed further. So it can be further address. அப்போ என்ன பண்ணணும், 10 into, இப்போ இங்க பாருங்க, for having, instead of having a I have 2. அப்போ என்ன பண்ணணும், it can be written as 10 into e power 2t into sin 3t upon d will be replaced by d plus 2 because I have plus 2 na. Yes, எங்கெங்கெல்லாம் d இருக்கோ எல்லா இடத்துலயுமே அப்போ இது d plus 2 whole square மாறும். d க்கு பதிலா d plus 2 plus 4 into d will be replaced by d plus 2 plus 4. That's all. Next step, இதோட இந்த e power 2t ஓட வர்க் முடிஞ்சது, தூக்கி வெளில போட்டுருங்க. அவரோட வேலையை முடிஞ்சிச்சு, அவ்வளவுதான். அவர் வெளில வந்துருவாரு. 10 is constant, அதனால நமக்கு எந்த பிரச்சனை கிடையாது. பிராக்கெட்ல போயிட்டா, now let's reduce sin 3t upon, should try to bring the answer, d plus 2 whole square, a plus b whole square. என்ன ஆன்சர்? a square plus b square plus 2ab. கரெக்டா? எக்ஸாக்ட்லி. பிளஸ் இதை ஓப்பன் பண்ணுங்க. It is going to be 4 times of d plus 8 plus 4. Correct? Yes. Fine. Let's try and reduce this function further. Yeah, let me rub this one. Let us reduce these things, right? What is the next answer? You are going to get 10 into e power 2t, okay, in bracket. Here I got sin 3t, exactly we got sin 3t. In denominator, reduce paniklama. We have 1d square, I think, plus 4d will become 8d, exactly, plus 4 plus 8 will become 16, right? Yes. இப்ப tell me, just tell me, இதெல்லாம் மறந்துடுங்க. ஒரு ஃபங்க்ஷன், இதான் உங்களோட நியூ ஃபங்க்ஷன். sin 8t by characteristic equation vanda, what is the procedure? D square alone will be replaced by minus a square. Do you all agree with me? Yes. Let's try and find the answer. 10 into e power 2t, just to keep it outside, in bracket sin 3t. Let me write sin 3t itself upon here d square has to be replaced by minus a square. What is the value of a? A is nothing but sin 3t. So a is 3 square. So it will become minus 9. So d square will be replaced by minus 9 plus 3 times of d plus 16. Right? Yes. Sir, what I have to do? Listen. Idhula vandu ore oru simple explanation na, that is the next problem. Some of you might got friction. Let me explain. உங்களுக்கு அந்த doubts அப்பவே வந்திருக்கணும். இப்போ அதை clear பண்ணலாம். See, 16 minus 9 will be equal to 5. Am I correct? I think it is 7, right? 16 minus 9 will be 7 because 9 plus 7 only 16, right? That is 7 plus 3 times of d. Okay, perfect. Till now, I did not get any doubts here. எனக்கு எந்த ப்ராப்ளமும் கிடையாது. I was happily going with the function. இப்போ எனக்கு என்ன பிரச்சனை அப்படின்னா, சார் இந்த dக்கு நான் என்ன பண்றது? ஆக்சுவலா ஒரே ஒரு d, இப்போ டினாமினேட்டர்ல 1/d இந்த மாதிரி செப்பரேட்டா வந்தா சிம்பிளா இன்டகிரேட் பண்ணிட்டு போயிடலாம். இந்த மாதிரி ஃபங்க்ஷன் வந்தா நான் என்ன பண்றது? இந்த மாதிரி ஃபங்க்ஷன் வரும்போது நம்ம எல்லாருக்கும் ஒரு விஷயம் கிளியரா தெரியுங்க. என்ன தெரியும் அப்படின்னா, டினாமினேட்டர்ல டி ஸ்கொயர் வந்தா மட்டும்தான் நம்மளால இதை சால்வ் பண்ண முடியும். ஏன்னா சைன் தீட்டாவை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் நியூமரேட்டர்ல சைன் தீட்டா வந்துட்டாலே டினாமினேட்டர்ல டி ஸ்கொயரை மட்டும்தான் என்னால் டச் பண்ண முடியும், டியை என்னால் டச் பண்ண முடியாது. என்ன பண்றது? திங்க். என்ன பண்றது? டி ஸ்கொயரை டச் பண்ண முடியாதுன்னு சொல்லிட்டீங்க, சரி, டியை டச் பண்ண முடியாது, டி ஸ்கொயர் தான் அப்போ வரணும்னு சொல்றேன். அப்போ என்ன பண்ணலாம்? அப்போ சைன் தீட்டா எப்பப்பெல்லாம் வருதோ அப்பப்பெல்லாம் நியூமரேட்டர் டி ஸ்கொயர் தான் வரணும். அப்போ ஃபங்க்ஷன் எப்பவுமே டி ஸ்கொயர்ல இருக்குமா? இல்லையே, டில வருது. என்ன சார் பண்றது? அப்படியெல்லாம் வரும்போது இஃப் சப்போஸ் இஃப் யூ ஆர் நாட் கெட்டிங் டி, அப்போ டி வரலனா ஒரே ஒரு ஃபார்முலா மட்டும் உங்க மைண்ட்ல இருக்கணும். அது என்ன ஃபார்முலானா, நம்ம எல்லாருக்குமே தெரியும், a plus b into a minus b equal to a square minus b square. கரெக்டா? a plus b into a minus b equal to a square minus b square. அந்த ஃபார்முலா மட்டும் உங்க மைண்ட்ல இருக்கணும். இது எப்ப? sin θ கூட போகும்போது. ஏன்னா sin θ பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் டினாமினேட்டர்ல எப்பவுமே d ஸ்கொயர் வந்தா தான் சால்வ் பண்ண முடியும். ஒரே ஒரு 1/d மட்டும் வந்தா இன்டகிரேட் பண்ணிட்டு போயிடலாம், இல்ல நியூமரேட்டர்ல ஒரே ஒரு d வந்தா டிஃபரன்ஷியேட் பண்ணிட்டு போயிடலாம். டினாமினேட்டர்ல இந்த மாதிரி காம்ப்ளிகேட்டட் டர்ம்ஸ் வரும்போது I cannot do anything. So what shall I do? அந்த ஃபார்மேட்டை நம்ம மைண்ட்ல கொண்டு வரணும். அதை வச்சு என்ன சார் பண்றது? Let's try. Think பண்ணுங்க, logically think. There are no big things to understand. You have to understand, right? That is logically என்ன பண்ணா நமக்கு ஆன்சர் கரெக்டா வரும், right? அதை மட்டும் மைண்ட்ல யோசிங்க, right? இதெல்லாம் ரஃப் பண்ணிடலாமா? Because we are standing at this point now, right? Yes. Let's rub all these things. Yeah. என்ன சார் பண்றது? கவனிங்க, நம்ம இந்த காம்ப்ளெக்ஸ் வேரியபிள்ஸ்லாம் படிப்பீங்களே, டினாமினேட்டர்ல வந்து ஃபார் an example 1 plus 2j அப்படின்னு வந்தா நீங்க என்ன பண்ணுவீங்க? யூசுவலா டினாமினேட்டர் இந்த மாதிரி டர்ம்ஸ் வந்தா யூசுவலா நீங்க என்ன பண்ணுவீங்கன்னா, மேலேயும் கீழே வந்து இதோட கான்ஜுகேட்டால மல்டிபிள் பண்ணுவீங்க. 1 minus 2j divided by 1 minus 2j. Actually why we are doing? எதுக்காக நீங்க அதை பண்றீங்க? In order to break the real part from the imaginary part. சிம்பிளா சொல்லணும் அப்படின்னா, சார் 1/1 plus 2j வை டைரக்டா நம்ம இப்படி எழுத முடியாது. 1/1 plus 1/2j நான் எழுதக்கூடாது. தட் இஸ் ராங். இந்த மாதிரி எழுத முடியாது. ஸோ வாட் ஐ வுட் லைக் டு கன்க்ளூட், இந்த ஃபங்க்ஷனோட ரியல் பார்ட்டையும் இமேஜினரி பார்ட்டையும் நம்மளால தனித்தனியா பிரேக் பண்ண முடியாது. Right? So in order to break the real part from the imaginary part, we should take the complication. Other complication, I mean we should take conjugate, not complication. We should take conjugate. Conjugate na meaning enna? 1 plus 2j irukka, appo idu conjugate vandu 1 minus 2j. Appo 1 minus 2j vala மேலையும் கீழையும் multiple பண்ணீங்கன்னா, let's see what happen. 1 minus 2j upon, see there it is in the form of a plus b into a minus b. அப்போ இது எப்படி எழுதுவீங்க? a square minus b square அப்படின்னா b ஓட வேல்யூ எவ்வளோ? 2j. a plus b into a minus b, b ஓட வேல்யூ 2j. 2j ஸ்கொயர் பண்ணீங்கன்னா minus 4 ஸ்கொயர்னு வரும். சாரி, minus 4னு வரும். ஏன் minus 4 வரணும்? why? because j வை ஸ்கொயர் பண்ணும்போது ஒரு minus 1 வரும்ல. formula lo or minus a square minus b square, right, such that minus into minus will become plus, 4 plus 1 will become 5, so 1 minus 2j by 5. இப்போ break பண்ணுங்க, happily you can break 1 by 5 minus 2j by 5. Any mistake in my conclusion? And I want real part from the imaginary part. Now I got it. I did not in the function இதோட ப்ராப்பர்ட்டியை நான் மாத்தல, ஆனா இந்த ப்ராப்பர்ட்டியை ஹிடன் பண்ணி வச்சு இதை நான் என்ன பண்ணியிருக்கேன்னா இதே ப்ராப்பர்ட்டி தான் இங்க கொண்டு வந்திருக்கு, பட் இட் வாஸ் பீங் மல்டிப்ளைட் பை 1 minus 2j by 1 plus 2j. சேம் ஃபேக்டரால மல்டிபிளும் ஆயிருக்கு டிவைடும் ஆயிருக்கு அப்படின்னா ரிசல்டன்ட் ப்ராப்பர்ட்டி சேஞ்ச் ஆகாது, பிகாஸ் மேலையும் கீழையும் சேம் வேல்யூ தானே, ஆல்மோஸ்ட் இட் இஸ் ஈக்குவல் டு 1, they are getting cancelled. அந்த மாதிரி ப்ராப்பர்ட்டி கொண்டு வரும்போது சிஸ்டமோட ப்ராப்பர்ட்டி சேஞ்ச் ஆகாது, as well as we can obtain the desired output. Clear? So in order to achieve same procedure, in order to achieve the desired value here, இங்க எப்படி நீங்க ரியல் டேர்ம் இமேஜினரி டேர்ம் வந்து பிரேக் பண்றதுக்காக இத பண்ணீங்களோ அதே டேர்ம் இங்க பண்ணுங்க, because here d ஸ்கொயர்ங்கற பொசிஷனை மட்டும் தான் என்னால sin θ வச்சு கண்ட்ரோல் பண்ண முடியும். I cannot do anything with d. For that I am letting you all to do the same procedure here. Is there any mistake in my logic? I did not told you this is the standard method that you have to follow. I did not told like that. Sin θ பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் d ஸ்கொயர் தான் யூஸ் பண்ண முடியும்னு சொல்லிருக்கேன். So you have to think. இந்த ஃபார்மட் கரெக்ட் தானங்க? எக்ஸாக்ட்லி. ஸோ அப்போ இந்த ஃபார்மட்ல போனீங்கன்னா டினாமினேட்டர் டி ஸ்கொயர்ல மாறிடும். ப்ரொசீட் பண்ணலாமா? எஸ். இஃப் யூ காட் தி ஐடியா ப்ளீஸ் டூ இட் பை யுவர் செல்ஃப், டோன்ட் வெயிட் ஃபார் மீ. லெட் மீ ரப் திஸ் ஒன். யா, let me rub this one. Slowly understand, right? Yes. So in the next step the answer is 10 into e power 2t, right, in bracket. Here I got sin 3t. okay, fine. இப்போ நான் என்ன பண்ண போறேன் அப்படினா இந்த 7 plus 3d இருக்குல்ல, அப்ப நான் நியூமரேட்டர்ல வந்து 7 minus 3d ஆல மல்டிபிள் பண்றேன். சார் it is not necessary that 7 minus 3d தான் கன்சிடர் பண்ணணுமா, இல்ல 3d minus 7 போட கூடாதுனா ஓகே, whichever thing that you want you can consider, either consider 1 minus, that's all. okay, 7 minus 3d ஆல மல்டிபிள் பண்ணுங்க, இல்ல 3d minus 7 ஆல மல்டிபிள் பண்ணுங்க, right? So 7 minus 3d upon 7 plus 3d into 7 minus 3d into 7 minus 3d, such that what we are going to get, once again, a plus b into a minus b. What is the answer? It is going to be 10 into e power 2t in bracket we are going to get sin 3t into 7 minus 3 times of d upon a plus b into a minus b. Proceed பண்ணலாமா? Yes. So it is become a square 7 square 49 minus b square. இங்க 3d square பண்ணீங்கன்னா it will become 9 times of d square. Did we got the answer? Happy. I am feeling happy. Why? Because in the denominator I want d square. Whenever I have sin theta I want d square. Yes, I got d square, right? Yes. Let's proceed. In the next step it is going to be 10 into e power 2t in bracket. Let's open up the brackets first. Guys listen, this bracket open பண்ணிக்க 7 times of sin 3t will become 7 into sin 3t exactly, minus 3 into d into sin 3t, 3d into sin 3t, right? 3d into sin 3t. In the denominator d will be replaced by what? D square will be replaced by minus a square, that is minus 9. Do you all agree with me? Yes, that's the correct answer. So 49 into minus 9 into minus 9. Why? D square will be replaced by minus 9. Why? Because a is 3. 3 square will be 9. I will have to multiply it by minus 1. Such that I got minus 9. So minus into minus plus 9 into 9, 81. 81 plus 49. Almost it is equal to 40. That is 130, right? So in the denominator we are going to get 130. What about the numerator? 10 into e power 2t into 7 into sin 3t. I don't have any problem. Minus 3 into, sir, in the d க்கு பதிலா என்ன சார் சப்ஸ்டிட் பண்ணலாம்? Since d is an independent variable that can be written as d by dt. Do you all agree with me? So அங்க என்ன இருக்குன்னா actually d by dt into sin 3t இருக்கு. இது எப்படி எழுதுவீங்க? It can be written as cos 3t. Inner differentiation will give you one more 3. So 3 into cos 3t. Yes. Already we have one more 3. So 3 into 3 will become 9 cos 3t. Denominator 130. Correct? Yes. That's going to be the answer. You can cancel it. 1 0 getting cancelled. Final answer e power 2t by 13 into 7 sin 3t minus 9 cos 3t. Clear? That is how we are getting the answer when we have e power 2t into sin 2t. Very simple. Step number 1. e power 2t வந்து என்ன பண்றீங்க? d will be replaced by d plus 2. அவ்வளவுதான். அதோட e power t யோட வேல்யூ முடிஞ்சது. அதுக்கு அப்புறம் நார்மல் ப்ரொசீஜர் sin 3t வச்சு நம்ம என்ன ப்ரொசீஜர், ஒரு sin 80 by function f of d வந்தா என்ன பண்ணுவோமோ அதை அப்படியே நீங்க அப்ளை பண்ணினா you will get the answer. Clear? So whenever we are getting the sinusoidal or cosine functions in the denominator, I will have to control only d square. Suppose if I have d terms in the denominator, I have to take conjugate. Numerator ko denominator ko ador opposite variable ala multiple பண்ணிட்டு again you have to reduce the function in order to find out the final step. Okay, fine. Let's take the next model. Okay. let me rub this one. Slowly understand, right? I hope many of you got the answers. Got the idea. If you don't get the idea, no problem. Please rewatch the video, because mathematics, it's really very easy, but it's required some time, right? You have to be patient, right? Then you will come to know how easy your maths is, right? Nothing is there, right? Especially in TRB, TNB, GATE et al, you will be tested with smartness, right? You can see exams questions பார்க்கும்போது உங்களுக்கு தெரியும். Fine. What is our next task? Shall we take the next model? E power x with the polynomial equation, right? Let's take some example for that. What shall we consider now? D square y upon dt square plus இதாச்சும் டிஃப்ரெண்ட் எடுத்துக்கலாமா? பியூர்லி காம்ப்ளெக்ஸ் வேரியபிள் எடுப்போமா? பியூர்லி இல்லை, காம்ப்ளெக்ஸ் இல்லை, ரியல் தான் எடுத்துருக்கோம், ரைட்? இது வரைக்கும் இமேஜினரி எடுத்துக்கலாம், பெட்டர். Let us take, okay, let me keep plus, take some good value ஏதாவது சொல்லுங்க பார்ப்போம். 2 square 3 square 4 square 16 y equal to என்ன எடுத்துக்கிறோம் நம்ம இப்போ? let us take 5 into e power 3x. okay, polynomial equation எடுக்கணும் இல்லையா? x power 3 எடுத்துக்கலாமா? fine, that's enough. okay, let's start our journey. okay, better take x power 2, because you have to understand the process. That is what I want. Solution. Shall we proceed? Okay, first tell me, complementary function exists agama? Of course. Particular integration? Definitely. Why? RHS is not equal to 0. So what is the net solution? இங்க பாருங்க, இங்க நான் t எழுதிருக்கேன், இங்க x எழுதிருக்கேன், இது தப்பு. This is t. Fine. So this is y of t. It can be written as complementary function plus particular integration. Shall we start? Yes. Find the complementary function. Complementary function for this function, it is going to be d square, என்ன எழுதலாம்? d square plus 16 எழுதலாமா? Let's see. d square plus 16 equal to 0, exactly. Then d square equal to minus 16, exactly. d is equal to plus or minus root of minus 16, plus or minus root of minus well எடுத்தீங்கன்னா j ஆயிடும், 16 well எடுத்தீங்கன்னா 4. So we are getting what? Purely imaginary. What is the answer? Answer can be written as a cos b is what? 4t, cos 4t plus b into sin 4t. We got only one pair na, so that is sin 4t. Two pair வந்தா அடுத்த ஸ்டெப் நம்ம கன்சிடர் பண்ணிக்கலாம். That is going to be complementary function. Fine. Next, what we are going to do, the next task is we should write the answer for particular integration. Let's try and bring the answer for particular integration. Particular integration என்ன பண்ணோம்? We know the procedure, right? As per the procedure, particular integration can be written as RHS upon characteristic equation. That's all. Let's try. RHS is what? In the RHS, I have 5 into e power 3t, right, into t square upon f of d. அப்படினா meaning என்னங்க? Characteristic equation of the system. Characteristic equation is how much? That is d square plus 16. Okay, that is d square plus 16. Let's try and bring the answer for this function, right? Listen guys, what we have to do? Step number 1. If I have any function, polynomial equation e power 3t ஆல மல்டிப்ளை இருக்கு. அப்ப என்ன பண்ணோம்? ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இந்த 5 into e power 3t எடுத்து வெளியில வச்சுக்கோங்க. At the same time denominatorல d க்கு பதிலா d plus a வை ரீப்ளேஸ் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. a ஓட வேல்யூ 3, so it will become like this. Any mistake in my solution? Please tell me, did I change any procedure? No, right? What I've been told you, if your function is being multiplied by exponential person, then the correct solution for this function is what? Your solution for the function is, wait a minute. So the solution for the function is what? D will be replaced by d plus 3. That's all, right? Yes. Let us reduce 5 into e power 3t in bracket t square d plus a. e power at வந்தாலே இங்க d க்கு பதிலா d plus a சப்ஸ்டிட் பண்ணோம். அதோட வர்க் முடிஞ்சது. அத வெளில டெஸ்ட் ரெடியூஸ் பண்ணுங்க. a plus b whole square. என்ன ஃபார்முலா? d plus 3 whole square can be written as d square plus 3 square plus 2ab 6d plus 16. Target is over. Yes. What is our next task? We should bring the answer. Let me rub this one. Anyway, we know how to write the complementary functions at all, right? அது அப்படியே மைண்ட்ல வச்சுக்கோங்க, right? We will write the answer for that one at last. அதை ரெடியூஸ் பண்ணுங்க. ரெடியூஸ் பண்ணா என்னங்க வரும்? That is going to be 5 e power 3t, okay, in bracket d square, sorry, t square, okay, denominator என்ன வந்திருக்கு பாருங்க, 9 plus 16 will become 25, right? So that can be written as d square plus 6 times of t plus 25. Happy, but the problem is we should reduce the function further. என்ன problem? Problem எதுவும் இல்லையே. ஆன்சர் எடுத்துட்டு வரணும், ரைட்? இதை ரெடியூஸ் பண்ணணும். தி ப்ராப்ளம் இஸ் இந்த இடத்துல என்ன பிரச்சனை அப்படின்னா நியூமரேட்டர்ல பாலினாமியல் டேர்ம் இருக்கு. ஆமா, டினாமினேட்டர்ல இப்போ என்ன வரணும்? நியூமரேட்டர்ல எப்பப்பெல்லாம் பாலினாமியல் ஈக்குவேஷன் வருதோ அப்பப்பெல்லாம் டினாமினேட்டர்ல ஈக்குவேஷன் எப்படி இருக்குன்னா 1 + x என்ற ஃபார்மேட்ல வரணும். But that is missing. That's the problem. What I have to do? What you can do anything. If you want to take d square outside, you can take. If you want to take d outside, you can take. If you want to take 25 outside, you can take. It's your wish. But I am going up with the constant. 25 வெளியிட்டா என்ன வரும்? It can be written as 1 plus. I am interchanging. 25 எடுத்தா இங்க 1 வந்துரும். அந்த 1 first எழுதிட்டு it can be written as d square plus 6 into d upon 25. Guys, listen. At sometimes with some unconscious, right? But because of the unconscious, I may left some 2 or 3, 5 in the equation. Just to do it by yourself, and you no need to leave anything, right? Because we are not child, right? We know if I made any mistake, please correct it by yourself. Just you can proceed. Okay, don't wait for my answer, right? Until the result, right? No problem. You can just do it by yourself. T square. Okay. Anyway, now we got the format. இப்போ இதை கேன்சல் பண்ணிக்கலாமா? 5 times of 5 will be 25 such that I am getting e power 3t by 5. நீ வெளியில் வந்துருங்க, எனக்கு உங்க கூட வேலை கிடையாது. இப்போ இங்கே நம்ம என்ன பண்ண போறோம்? t ஸ்கொயர். இவங்களை அப்படியே மேலே எடுத்துகிட்டு போவோமா? it will become 1 plus d square plus 6d upon 25 whole inverse. Exactly. What is our next task? We should expand. Shall we proceed? Yes, yes. Now, if you want to proceed further, let me rub all these things, right? Slowly we will bring the answer. Don't be panic, right? Do it by yourself. Don't wait for me because you know how to proceed further. We have seen these things many times, right? Yeah. So the answer for this one is I am going to get e power 3 times of t upon 5 into in bracket. See, 1 plus x whole inverse can be written as keep t square outside. No problem. Bracket like that, that is 1 minus x. X is what? D square plus 6d upon 25. That is our x. Exactly, right? So 1 minus x plus x square, that is d square plus 6d upon 25 whole square. Is there any necessity to consider third order term? No. Why? Because my maximum power is 2 only, right? So let's restrict with this, right? Let us restrict with this. Let's proceed. E power 3t upon 5, just to keep it outside. Now open up the bracket. 1 into t square will become t square minus d square na 2 times இதை differentiate பண்ணோம். t square 1 time differentiate பண்ணா 2t வரும். திரும்ப differentiate பண்ணா 2 வரும். அப்ப 2 plus 6 into d. d na 1 time differentiation. d square t square ஒரு time differentiate பண்ணா 2t வருமா? Yes. அப்ப 2t into 6 will become 12t, right? So 12 times of t upon 25. அப்ப t square உள்ள பாஸ் பண்ணீங்கன்னா இந்த இடத்துல it is the answer. Third term. இங்க a plus b whole square இருக்குங்க. அதை first extend பண்ணுங்க. Expand பண்ணீங்கன்னா see first number அந்த d square plus 6 times of d 25 ஸ்கொயர் பண்ணீங்கன்னா 625. அதை நீங்க அப்படியே வெளில வச்சுக்கலாம். I don't have any values. I am not going to do anything with that, right? a square plus b a plus b whole square extend பண்ணா a square plus b square plus 2ab. fourth order third order எனக்கு தேவையில்லை, அது 0 ஆயிடும். செகண்ட் ஆர்டர் மட்டும் கன்சிடர் பண்ணிக்கலாம். 36 d square na 2 times t square differentiate பண்ணா I am getting 2 only. So I got 72. Already we have 625. So here we are going to get only 72. Let's stop with this. But then you can reduce. It's over. That is the final answer. Okay. So what is the conclusion? This is going to be the particular integration. Already we got the solution. Complementary function நம்ம எடுத்தாச்சு. You can club them together in order to write the final answer. Clear? That's all. That is how we are getting the solution when we have exponential term with the d square. Okay. There will be one more model. That is what? Let's try and go ahead with the final model. Let me rub this one. Okay. I hope now things are very clear to you all, right? Please make very clear notes. Yeah. Let me rub all these things. Yeah. Guys, please wait for a few days or 2 or 3 days. We will upload the question bank for engineering mathematics, right? My library was not here, right? People have to roam there. It was some other place. I have to bring all the books here. Then we will upload the question banks. Okay, no problem. Please suggest only for 2 to 3 days. What we need to do? Next model, right? In a model, we have to consider polynomial equation with the cosine function, right? See, we saw e power ax sin or cos, that is sin bx or cos bx. Next we have to consider polynomial equation. We should club them together. See, these two people operation is over. With these two people operation is over. Now we should perform the operation between these two people. Shall we start our journey? Yes. Let's try and bring the answer with some other examples, right? Anyway, I had been told you in the mari format la varumbodhu na answer already sollirundhen, right? Anyway, nama example eduthittu adukapra proceed panikalam. Let's take some simple value, right? So d square y upon dx square, okay, plus என்ன பண்ணலாம், சிம்பிள் ஏதாவது ரூட்ஸ் எடுக்கணுமே. 2 + 3 5 + 2 7, 5 2 are 10, right? Yes, 7 times of dy by dt, okay, plus 10 times of y equal to, let me rub this one. Yes, so here the answer is going to be enna eludunum 2 into, take some other values, x power m, let's consider x enough, we have to understand, that's what I want, sin 2x, okay. என்ன பண்ணலாம், நான் சொல்லியிருந்தேன் இல்லையா, என்ன சொல்லியிருந்தேன், காம்ப்ளிமெண்டரி ஃபங்க்ஷனில் ப்ராப்ளம் கிடையாது, ரைட்? as well as let's continue our journey with the complementary function first. If you want to obtain the complementary function, anyway, what is the procedure? Just to find out the characteristic equation, d square plus 7 times of d plus 10 equal to 0. So can we break this directly? Yes, 5 plus 2 7, 5 2s are 10. So it can be broken as d plus 5 into d plus 2 equal to 0. So the answer is what? D is equal to -5, d is equal to -2. What is the solution for this? Complementary function for this function can be written as e power minus 5 times of, which is your independent variable. இங்க பாருங்க நான் என்ன பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன், x is the independent variable, right? Plus b into e power minus 2x, okay va? Fine. So we got complementary function. See, obtaining complementary function not a big deal for me, but we should travel along with the particular integration. Let's start our journey with the particular integration. How many people are watching? Only 17, huh? What about others? Okay, fine. Let's start with the second. Next, what we need to do? Particular integration, right? So let me rub this one. Let's try and find the answer for particular integration. Guys, listen. Here I have polynomial equation with a cosine or trigonometric functions. See, how do I bring the answer for this type of people? If you want to know the answer in this model, நம்ம என்ன சொல்லிருந்தோம், particular integration for this function can be written as RHS, no issues, upon f into d minus f dash of d upon f of d whole square into RHS. Do you all agree with me? That is the correct answer. Directly we can write the answer for this one, right? So the answer is RHS for the first function. RHS is what? Twice of x into sin 2x exactly divided by f of d is what? We can write d square, right? And we can write the solution, right? 7 times of d plus 10. That is going to be the characteristic equation for this one, right? Now minus f dash of d. Just we have to differentiate this function. F dash of d na differentiate panina, you are going to get twice of d plus 7 upon f of d whole square, right? F of d whole square abina, just we have to take, see I took some big derivation, I know, right? That's what I thought. We have to select some small values. Okay, fine. Just let me write 7 times of d plus 10 whole square. Again, RHS will become what? X into sin 2x. It's over with this. Clear? Now I'm just giving a small task to you all, right? How to bring the solution for this function, right? Just to think it by yourself, right? Let me figure out one more thing, right? Actually in this model you cannot see anywhere, right? Because our syllabus has been restricted to the previous model only, right? Anyway, we have to understand that for the in that model also we can bring the solution, right? That's why I am posting these things to you all. But I am giving one small task to you all. Just we have a polynomial equation and a trigonometric function. Just should try and post your solution in the group. Try it by yourself, okay? எப்படி பண்ணலாம், just think logically, right? In your free time, don't waste your time. Free time, just to try. We have to bring the final answer for this one. Anyway, I have written the particular integration. If you want to reduce this function further, see, instead of taking this one, you can also consider some small values. Like you can consider d minus 4 whole square. Like that, you can take some small variables and then think how to bring the answer, right? Should try to post your solution in the group, right? So that's all. So this is all about what I can say differential equations model, right? basic differential equations, right? Try it in your free time, don't waste your time. Okay, bore அடிக்கும்போது try பண்ணுங்க. Fine. What is our next task? Let me rub this one. I said there is one more model that is called Euler-Cauchy, that is Cauchy-Euler function. Some people are calling it as Euler-Cauchy functions, right? They are two scientists, right, with their history. That is a big story, right? They only invented this model, right? Immediately after completing this model, we should talk about the beautiful relation between linear and non-linear differential equations, right? Yes. Anyway, let's try and bring the answer, right, for the next one. The thing is, keep that thing. We are going to discuss about Cauchy-Euler function, right? We are going to talk about Cauchy-Euler function, right? It's quite interesting, guys, because you all have studied this models in your semester exams itself, right? Let's try same model முன்னாடி பார்த்ததா, but லைட்டா வந்து டிஃபரெண்டா இருக்கும். என்ன டிஃபரெண்ட்? Let's see. செக் பண்ணிடலாமா? ஆக்சுவலா இந்த ஃபார்மட் எப்படி இருக்குன்னா, let's see, it can be done as x power n into d power n upon dx power n, okay, plus x power n minus 1 into d power n minus 1 y upon dx power n minus 1 plus etc. up to last variable. Let's consider what we can consider x power 0, right? We can go up to last value, right, with some value of y equal to, we can consider some other variables. That's enough, right? Okay, you can keep some signals in the right side. That's your wish. Let me write some, what I can say, dependent variable only na, some value here, some equation will be there, like that. Okay, now let's keep your attention with the right half of the left half of the signal. How it is looking like. நம்ம முன்னாடி கேसेஸ்ல